Pre-game, all thanks to Mark Spraybaum. We'll get straight into this as we build up to the Magpies taking on the Bulldogs at a Sunbathe Norman's Oval. It's time for Dan's list.
Here we go.
He's the self-proclaimed #1 statsman. The runner-up leading goal kicker for the Yakandanda under-14s.
Future Mrs. Vaccaro and Mrs. McLeod can come forward.
And the former board holder for the Wodonga Bulldogs reserves team.
Dan, Dr. Dan Vaccaro. I can make my assessment up here. And it'll probably be wrong as usual.
It's time for Dan's List.
Over to you, D-Vac. What is our topic today?
Topic today. It's not going to be the top 5. It's just going to be 5 O&M footballers I'm going to pick to run in the stall GIF, Lukey.
Oh.
The best sprinters in the O&M.
So what happened to Kane Vaccaro? He's gone.
No. He'll come back later in the year once I just build up my confidence again. But we're going to go through 5 players I'm going to have. So basically the fastest players over 100 metres in the O&M.
And where have you got this mail from?
A lot of people. Someone from North Albury, some flog that I talk to weekly. He gave me a little bit of mail. Another one that's involved with Corowa. I've got relatives in Myrtleford. All over Panda.
So you've just given your clubs away?
No.
Are you giving us?
Not all of them.
Do we get the handicap of how many metres or not?
100 metres, best sprint.
So no gout sort of 20 metre handicaps.
No, none of this stuff. They're all going to start on level.
Who are the 5, Dan?
Who are the 5? In no particular order. It's just 5. Darcy Melksham from Cora Rutherglen. He's lightning quick, Darcy Melksham. Brother of Jakey Melksham as well. So he will be starting in the stall GIF. We're going to go over to Lavington Panthers next, Panda. We're going to go with Darcy Smith.
Brother of Riley.
He is lightning quick, Lukey. I know you've done a few Lavy games over the years, and you've seen him when he gets out the back and he's facing goals. If they put goalposts at the end of the 100-metre line, he wins.
Yep.
Darcy Smith.
Like it.
Number 3, I've had a few people suggest this one from the people I've reached out to. From Myrtleford in the Alpine Valley, Damon Harrington.
Yeah,
he's a very, very quick man.
Number 28.
Right.
He is up there as well. Now, we're going to make Panda happy with this one. We're going to go to North Albury. We're going to go to a boy that should be playing in the yellow and black every single week for Werribee. I'm going to go with young Archie Gardner. He is flash.
Look at Henry, loves it.
He's flash. He's quick as Luke. He's quicker than all of us. And last but not least, who I actually do think is the fastest from what I've heard, it's going to be from the Berrily Park Wodonga Raiders. We're going to go with Charlie St. John, brother of the Shred. He is the quickest player in the Ovens and Murray. Mark my words, Luke.
He's not even in the game today.
I know, but he's played seniors. He ran a 10.9 in year 12, Lukey.
Yeah, no, I can't have that.
He is quick as I can guarantee you. That's the numbers they crunched.
Yeah, but that's industrial fan assisted.
That's the top 5 that are running in the stall GIF. Now, if you want to have a little bit of fun, Lukey, if you're going to have a little bit of fun,
any honourable
some players,
mentions?
well, no, dishonourable mention, Panda. Probably a couple that couldn't go in it. No, here we go. We've got to have a little bit of fun. Parker Heatley from Wang Magpies.
Hey, he's quick off 5 metres.
Quick off 5 metres over 100 to be no good because Panda called him thick one week. And then my good mate over at the Wodonga Bulldogs, the Kennel, who I'm planning on having a race with one day. I was talking to him just before. Big Jack Yellen, the bull. He's not running. He's an absolute tractor, that bloke.
Yep.
So if you have any other suggestions you want to fire in there, Lukey, I know you lot sit on the fence. That's the 5 that are running in the stall GIF for the O&M.
I think that's pretty good, Dan. That's a very good segment.
I'm throwing in Max Byrne from the Tigers.
Max Byrne, I don't mind it. Penny, you got one? We've all got one.
What, quick?
No, not quick.
Not quick.
Tom O'Brien I should have thrown in.
Not quick. Yeah, I reckon big Isaac Muller. He'd be pretty
safe option.
Awful.
He's copped it 2 weeks in a row, just quietly.
Over 100 metres. I reckon Joshy Tweedale from the Wang Magpies would struggle.
What about your good
metres.
mate, our good friend here, GG?
George Goody, he'd struggle.
He's a
big time.
He's a tractor.
Yep, he's a treadmill. All right, I like it. Dan's list done and dusted. Really quickly recap those 5.
Those 5 are going to be Archie Gardner, Damien Harrington, Darcy Smith, Darcy Melksham, and Charlie St. John from Wodonga Raiders.
Good list, good content here on Edge FM's O&M Live. Pre-game, all thanks to Mark Spraybaum. We're taking a break. After this, the bounce of the ball, the opening quarter for A-grade oils and batteries between the Magpies and the Bulldogs. You're listening to O&M Live, and on O&M Live, you will not miss a thing.
Norman Bedding, Australian-made.
How was that, Luke?
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Shawty get inspired, how about that? How about that? This time.
Welcome to Sundancer Homes. We make building your dream home exciting and stress-free. Backed by over 30 years of experience, one of many reasons why we provide a lifetime structural guarantee. Visit our information centre at Dean Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
No one celebrates life like you do. At Tobin Brothers Funerals, we're here to help you celebrate the life of your loved one, your own special way. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
There's a home, there's
With Optus Home Internet, you get more yes. Whoa. Which means less family screen time and more harmony with powerful Wi-Fi. Woo. Get the Ultra Wi-Fi modem at no extra cost.
Oval, 3rd of May. Happy birthday to my old man as well, Lukey Francis.
Oh, hey, my mum as well.
Hey, your mum.
Yeah, look at this.
There you go. They
Happy
probably,
birthday to
probably
Panda Cedar and
Yeah.
Luke
Yeah.
Senior.
probably not listening, but we're building up to a massive game. The Magpies taking on the Dogs. The Magpies come into this one second position on the ladder. They are unchanged. They have won 3 games, lost the one, and they are second on the ladder. While the Wodonga Bulldogs, they've made the 3 changes. Jet Cassidy back in, Jake Bradshaw, and also Brandon Parkin, a late in overnight. The young 16, 17-year-old boy is making his debut, Dan Vaccaro. He's kicked 19 goals in 3/3 games, includes a bag of 9 against North Albury.
Yeah, I can't wait to see him, to be honest, Panda. I know it's a big step up from the thirds, but from all the talk outside of Wodonga is they're very excited that he's in. He's a live wire. He's a ball of energy for the team, and they're very, very keen to play with him, Lukey. So that's going to be exciting.
They are 1 win and 2 losses, the Wodonga Bulldogs, and they're an 8th position on the ladder. Blake Pandarescott with you. Dan Vaccaro, Luke Francis. Dan, he'll be taking a look at on our 40 Winks stat sheet today, please.
Thanks, Panda. Yes, we're doing it for 40 Winks. We'll go through. Lukey's already named him, the third Dacos brother, the Preston Prince, Alex Federico, taking his numbers, averaging 25 disposals a game, 7 clearances per game as well. Young Harrison Hewitt, who's one of the most improved players in the O&M, averaging 25 disposals as well. 9 ground ball gets, third in the league for that, so he's really good at ground level. Jackson Clark, 20 disposals, 5 inside 50s a game. We're taking his numbers. Big Aiden Tilley, the man that can win the Morris, according to Gus McLeod, during the week, averaging 9 disposals and 9.5 kicks per game. He's playing some good footy. And Squid Melville, who I love watching play, 14 kicks per game and 5.5 inside 50s, the best at Wangaratta. He is an impressive player. And for Wodonga at the kennel, Matt Wilson, who's been their best player this year, without a doubt, 25 disposals a game. Tom O'Sullivan, who's been good, stepping up since his brother's been injured, 24 disposals. Noah Bradshaw, 13 kicks per game, 23 disposals. Charlie Morrison, who I'm taking his numbers, and young Ruben Burke as well, Panda.
Here we go. Underway for A-grade Alls and Batteries. In the opening term, here's Lukey Francis.
Yeah, Maggies and Doggies at Normans. We're away on Edge FM. And Waitai to it, coming towards the Sharon on centre wing, just trying to pick it up at ground level. He's taken in the tackle by Ollie Greenhill. The umpire gave it a lot of time, and he'll take it now, and we'll have a ball up. So right in front of our commentary position. Looking at a top of 22 degrees today. Perfect conditions, not a breath of wind. There's Nugent getting the first one. Went to Clark, though. Got spun around. The umpire said he let it go. So free kick going to the Doggies. And they will take it through Noah Bradshaw. Let's have a look at Noah. Such a talent. An on-baller or wobbly kick inside 50. And then a good fist away. That one was from Parkin, who's in for the Doggies this week. And we're going to have a ball up, about 25 out from the club room's end.
Umpires today, we've got Brenton Swanpool, Mason Ring and Rob Rampel here at the Normans Oval. So it's camped inside the Dogs 50. Clean bowled Harry Hewitt, who tried to pick it up for the Maggies. Melville got his jumper ripped by Matt Wilson. Umpire says play on. Here's the Preston Prince. Federico swung around in a big Dogs tackle. Great pressure by Jake Bradshaw, who wins a free kick just outside attacking 50 for the Dogs. The kicking to the club room's end. Handball received, pumps this one onto Liam Andrews, who's got a big long leg. Doesn't reach the distance, top of the goal square. Fist comes to the Magpies, and it's through for a minor score. So the Maggies go to 1 behind. The Dogs are 1 behind. The Maggies are yet to score. We've played around a minute and a half, all thanks to Macca's opening term.
Yeah, and that's sort of the sample that Wodonga need to play with today. They've got to beat that pressure team. They've got to suffocate Wangaratta at the contest for pressure, and they can really have a chance this game.
Jackson Clark in the back pocket for the Maggies. 25-metre kick, tried to pick off Melville. Ended up with Federico. Well, that worked out all right. On to Tilley and then back to Clark. So some good play in close. And then into the heart of Normans. Here's Heatley a long way from home. Morrison on him. Ellis goes in and scoops it up for the Maggies. Short ball inside 50 and Laverty takes the mark. Neat work there, Dan.
Yeah, that was probably what's going to concern Wodonga, the way that Wangaratta can go coast to coast pretty quickly. And you saw that risky kick from Jackson Clark. When it comes off, they're in trouble. And that was just far too quick for Wangaratta, and Wodonga needed to somehow stop the usage to the corridor.
It was a chain of hand pass out of defence, wasn't it? Jackson Clark, good kick into Parker Heatley. Didn't quite end up with him, but a beautiful lead to Laverty. Started the season well, Lukey.
Yeah, good style of player, Panda. 40 out. And he's kicking to the Evans Street end. And he struck it nicely. It's through for a goal. So 1 straight 6 plays, 1 point on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard. And Macca's time clock has gone just close to 3 minutes, Dan.
Yeah, good finish there by young Xavier Laverty. And I really like the 2-punch key forwards for the future for them, with Parker Heatley and Xavier Laverty playing. They're developing at a really quick speed. And that was just really good reward for risk, I guess, from Wangaratta. They look to go inside and they play that handball game. And if Wodonga aren't absolutely 100% on the pressure ratings today, they're going to get found out through the midfield.
A late change for both sides, repeating that Brandon Parker has come into the lineup. Parkin, I should say, for Wodonga, his debut today. And Ryan Batten has replaced Josh Tweedale for the Wangaratta Magpies as well. Here's Jackson Clark out of the middle. Dogs win it back, though. Jake Bradshaw flicks it out to Soroczynski. Kicks to half forward, sits it on Wilding's head. Tilley was able to punch from behind. Ellis scoops up for the Magpies. Melville just left the football behind. Made it somebody else's problem. And for the second time today, the Preston Prince Federico is called holding the ball for the Magpies. Dogs win it back, far wing in the hands of Wilding. 2 kicks from home. Looks in ball with a nice dainty one. Finds Dan's man Noah Spiteri, who marks outside 50. Plays on, but his kick's intercepted. He was looking for the lead there of Ruben Burke. Well done by the best interceptor in the comp at the moment, Aidan Tilley for the Magpies.
Yeah, Aidan Tilley, short to Smart. So Harrison with it. 35 out from their own defensive goal. The club room's end into the back pocket. Picks up Norton. Then back to Tilley. Oh, that's a wobbly kick coming out of the fence and turns it over. So Nick Stevens has a chance to go in for the Doggies. 6 plays 1 here on the game. Traffic and contracting scoreboard. Maggie's up, trying to find someone inside 50. Nearly came off too to Tom O'Sullivan. Dropped it in the end. Goes again. Gets rid of Clark. That's not easy to do. Goes for home. Gee, what a goal. That's a beauty from Tom O'Sullivan. I tell you what, how about that, Dan? A steal line goal of the day.
That was fantastic, and he can seriously play some good footy, Tom O'Sullivan. That was really good work, and that was probably just the reward for effort that Wodonga were able to keep penetrating those inside 50s. They're up to 4 already, and not the cleanest of entries, but they got the rewarding time with a bit of individual brilliance there by Tom O'Sullivan, and a good reply for them. Jackson Clark, Aidan Tilley have started the game well, but just a little bit shaky coming out of the backline, Panda.
What a finish that was from Tom O'Sullivan. The fend off on Jackson Clark, if you don't mind, who's got a big barreled chest, and then finish from 30 metres out. Just what the Dogs wanted. Get on the board early, and they lead by a point. 1-1-7 to the Maggies, 1 straight 6. We've played 5 minutes for Macca's opening term. A-grade Alls and Batteries. Knowles got rid of Zachy Nugent out of the ruck. The hand pass was flicked behind from Bradshaw. On to Wilson, out to Jake Bradshaw. Goes out wide to the far side again. Soroczynski with that man Tom O'Sullivan, who started hot for the Dogs. On to Noah Bradshaw. Bit of a wobbly kick inside 50. Might work out for Chook Irving. He plays cricket here. Now he's hitting the post. Yeah, he's made a few runs and opens the bowling for the Wang Magpies in the cricket. Playing for the Dogs today. Snap on goal. Hits the stick. The Dogs, though, looking good inside 50. 1-2-8 to the Magpies, 1 straight 6. We've played 6 minutes for Macca's. Dan Vaccaro?
Yeah, I'm really impressed with Wodonga's ball movement again. That was really quick, and they're involving Tom O'Sullivan as much as they can. He's up to 3 disposals and a goal already in this first quarter.
Gotchling, then on to Norton again. So they're happy to move it around in their back 50. Here's Tilley coming out. Gee, that's a good kick. Nice work. So the Maggies through Batten. This is Ryan, and then goes on to Waitai Tour, licking up beautifully. Here's Jasper Craven. Nearly got taken down by Wilson. Got his kick away. Stevens, nice mark inside defensive 50 for the Doggies, and they shift it quickly. So they want to cast it out wide here. And here's Yelland on the run with a kick outside defensive 50. Good hit. On to Bradshaw. Here he goes, Noah. Intercepted by Federico. Got his hand to it. Now the ball's at bootlace level. Players go in, and the umpire will take control. So 8 playing 6 here. Yeah. The Doggies up on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard, and we're gone close to 7 for Macca's.
And it's just a decision making there. Noah Bradshaw had to give that overlap handball to Charlie Morrison. They would have been out.
The pressure from Matt Wilson as the Magpies and Jasper Craven were going inside 50 was just wonderful. That's what the coaching staff would love at the Dogs. Looks like he is playing on ball, and Charlie Morrison's got the job as well on Parker Heatley. So watch that one. Ball in the middle of the ground. Federico, his kick partially smothered as he tried to edge the ball forward for the Magpies. That was a throw from Tom O'Sullivan. Umpire says play on. Here's Bradshaw on to Yellen. They link up by hand. They come through the middle of the ground. Greenhill looking for Ruben Burke, not able to mark. Tyler Norton reefs it away for the Magpies. Here's Grossman. They link up by hand, far side. Ellis chips his kick on to Jackson Clark. How many for him for 40 winks, Dan?
He's coming up for his 4th disposal.
And Clark shifts it quickly to Melville. So they're on the loose here. The Maggies down the outer side. Now with Xavier Levity on their half-forward flank. Wide out, low ball going in. Nice work from Matt Wilson, cutting off the lead from Heatley. And Wilson wants to come this way. So they've got a bit of time here. The kick wasn't great, but Liam Andrews just beats the ball before it goes over the chalk. Then on to Mimo. Nice work to Greenhill and back to Mimo. Good work off half-back. Now this mark is taken by Parkin. So Brandon, he wants to go wide. He's got a free man in Oscar Wilding. Not very good marking from the Maggies there. On to Venturoni, and he sends it inside 50. Too tall for Mimo. Mark taken by Ellis, and the Maggies hold up in defence.
They just teased the small man Mimo there. He was never going to mark that entry. 8 plays 6, a goal apiece. The Dogs lead by 2 points for game traffic and contracting. 8 minutes surpassed in the opening term here on Edge FM's O&M Live. Their ball use has been fantastic. First class so far, the Magpies. Richards on to Melville. Here's Federico. Edge of the centre square. Comes inboard looking for Clark. His kick was awful. Will Bradshaw trying hard for the Dogs. Ball just at half forward here for the maroon and white. Bradshaw on the arc of the attacking 50. Ball up, good pressure from the Dogs.
Yeah, the one thing I've been really impressed with, they learned from their mistakes, Wodonga. That first goal that Laverty kicked, they went through the middle, and since then, Wodonga have been really tight on blocking that corridor.
We've got a ball up on the arc of the 50 here at the club room's end. Let's have a look. Nugent and Knowles do battle in the ruck. Noel Bradshaw down low. Here's Will Bradshaw taking a tackle by Hewitt, and the umpire will take it. So virtually a take two on the same spot. 2-point margin here, Doggies up. Thanks to Gain Traffic and Contracting. And we're gone 9.5 for Maccas. And here we go again, Dan. So this will be another stoppage in the same spot between the centre square and the arc of the 50. On a beautiful day in Wang, Dan Vaccaro, Blake Escott and Luke Francis for O&M Live on 102.1 Edge FM. And you guessed it, tied up again. Yeah.
I think Dogs will like it. Their game plan today is going to be to out-pressure Wangaratta and suffocate them at the contest, so they don't mind this, Wodonga.
Oh, here's Jorgensen breaking away from the stoppage and nailing a steal line goal today. He got a handball receive. It was beautiful roving from the Dogs midfielders on to Jorgensen, runs to 30 and nails it. And the Dogs have kicked the last two here at the Normans Oval. They lead 14-6 for Game Traffic and Contracting. And Dan, it's camped inside their forward half of the ground at the minute.
Yeah, well, that's the blueprint that Wodonga want to win this game. Their pressure, get repeated stoppages until you get a clear clearance. And that was just really slick by Wodonga. So can't fault their start at the moment. 8 inside 50s to 3. So they are dominating the territory battle. And there's certain players are playing really well. Noah Bradshaw started the game off with 4 disposals. And Tom O'Sullivan, 4 disposals and a goal for him on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Yeah, you're right, Dan. The maroon and white have come to play. So the first goal to the Maggies through Xavier Laverty, and the last to the Doggies through Tom O'Sullivan and Adam Jorgensen. Back in the middle, here we go again. Mimo gets a clearing kick out of the middle. Ball rolling towards our commentary spots. Spiteri, just missed it. Whiteside tour, try to get it to Smart, and the ball has rolled out of bounds. So just left of centre wing.
I'm just repeating those stats at the moment. Wodonga 8 inside 50s on the 40-wing stat sheet to Wangaratta 3. So the territory battle's firmly theirs at the moment, Lukey.
Opening term, round 4 action in the Ovens and Murray. Umpire about to send this one back into play from the boundary throw-in. Nugent got it down in front. Yelland, hurry kick forward. Richards weaving through traffic. Got one over the top to Smart. Mimo has him tied up. Joining the tackle is Yelland, and the umpire will take it.
He's a real barometer for them, Jack Yelland, isn't he? He's been really tight in the contest, and he's starting to win those clearances for Wodonga, so he's going to help him a lot throughout this game.
Nugent with the tap down. Oh, good little flick there from Spiteri. His teammates weren't on the same page, though, and we have another ball up as Harry Smart is wrapped up by the Dogs just outside their attacking 50. Dan, inside 50 numbers for 40 wings.
Yeah, so it's 8 inside 50s to 3 at the moment in favour of Dogs.
And here's Jorgensen again, finding a hand pass. Spiteri ran into trouble. Was able to go back to Bradshaw. Here's Jake Bradshaw. Lowers his eyes, top of the goal square. Here's Parkin on debut. Right place, right time. What a start for the young fella. Rove to Ruben Burke, attempted mark beautifully, and the Dogs have got 3 on the trot. And what a moment for that young man, Brandon Parkin, on debut for the Dogs.
Yeah, that's special, Brandon Parkin with his first goal in Ovens and Murray senior footy, and that's a fantastic start from Wodonga. That's going to get them really going. Their contest work, Lukey, so far has been second to none. They're just looking for ways to get it out of the contest. You saw a couple of flicks by Noah Spiteri at the contest. Jack Yelland's been huge in there at the moment, so they've definitely got the jump on Wang at the moment. 9 inside 50s to 3 at this current stage, Lukey.
Yeah, that's 3 on the trot for the maroon and white, the Doggies. And Parkin up from the thirds, having an impact early. Good luck to him. Righto, we recommence. Back in the centre, Winner Irving's gone into the ruck now for the Doggies. He's Gotchling coming out of the middle on the boot to the right forward flank. And then rolling along the ground here, O'Keefe. Going in hard, Stevens. Laverty's got him, so to his Marjanovic. Umpire to take it.
Yeah, new recruit, Nico Stevens. He didn't get into the game. He was out of favour early days in the year, but he's come in the last couple of weeks. It's been impressive.
Laverty tapped it down. Gotchling in close. And then, well, no one can take clean possession at the moment. Federico has it, and he's wrapped up very quickly. Again, the umpire will take possession. So, as we said, beautiful day here in Wang on election day, eh?
Yep.
We all got our voting done. I hope you have also. If you haven't, we just reminded you. And another stoppage, Panda, here on the flank.
Well, what they're actually trying to do, Panda, as well, what I've noticed is Wodonga trying to get an extra play at the stoppage. You see every single time Noah is jumping up to get that extra in, and it's really helping. It's going in favour of Wodonga at the moment.
Around the grounds for Evolution Roofing, North Albury have just kicked a goal, and they have drawn level 6 apiece with the Lavington Panthers. That's our 2AY broadcast game, and here at Edge FM, it's the Maggies up against the Dogs. And the Dogs lead 3-2-20 to the Magpies. 1 straight 6 for game traffic and contracting. We've played 14 minutes opening term for Maccas. Here's Jasper Craven, son of Danny. A Wangaratta Magpie great. Kicks into the pocket. Parker Heatley just overran the football. It trickles over the boundary line 30 metres out from the Magpies' goal. That's the first time they've gone inside 50 for a while. Dan, what's the stats read for 40 Winks?
Yeah, you're right, Panda. They haven't gone inside 450 a whole heap this quarter. Only 4 entries to Wodonga's 9 at the moment.
So a stoppage inside 50, a rare one for the Maggies. Looks like Xavier Laverty will do the ruck. Hayden dropped the football clearly. Umpire blindsided says throw it in. We'll have it tossed back in from the exact same position as before. Luke Francis for the Northo Hotel.
Yeah, we will, Panda. So let's have a look down there in the pocket at the Evans Street end. Broadcast side. Back into play. Winner Irving and also Laverty. Clark is there, so too Andrews. Man in green's ball.
Yeah, and it looks like Cole Winter Irving's doing the ruck work as well when Nugent's off.
Federico just went over the top of it. Craven gets it out. And then Hewitt, he got swung around. Bouncing ball here, 30 out from goal. Melville onto Gotchling, left foot, swings it around his body just by Crothers, through for 1 minus score. So 20 plays 7. 20 plays 7 here. The Doggies up over the Maggies in the opening term at Normins. And that was on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard.
Dan, what have you got for us for 40 Winks?
Well, Aiden Tilley's started the game really well. I know it's in their back line a fair bit, but he's
It looks like it's going to be a free.
Barrett, and he comes wider to Clark. Now, who can they find inside 50? That's the question. Look at that. .50 arc as he comes, sends it for home, and that is a lovely strike. He likes it. He pumps up his Maggies, and at the moment 20 plays 13 on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard. Doggies up opening term.
Yeah, and Wangaratta are working their way back into the contest. They're starting to find the ball inside their forward 50 a little bit more, up to 6 inside 50s now, and they're starting to just get their hands in their real prominent ball winners. Squid Melville, he's starting to get some ball for longer. They need to get their pressure again back into the contest and start winning out of the centre again.
So that breaks a run of 3 Dogs goals on the trot. That settler there from Jasper Craven, and 20 plays 13 for game traffic and contracting. We'll go around the ground soon for Evolution Roofing. Mimo goes back to Noah Bradshaw. Left foot kick to half forward. Winter Irving not there. Parkin was dispossessed in an Aiden Tilley tackle, holding the ball. Good tackle from one of the best defenders in the competition, and Aiden Tilley at half back. Club room side. grandstand side. Opens up the middle of the ground with a beauty. Finds Clark. On to Harry Hewitt. Kick lower in the eyes inside 50. Has been marked by Matt Hayden. 40 out. Wants to play on. Called to play on. Kicks to the top of the goal square. Laverty resting forward. Had 2 dogs to beat. Well done by Matt Wilson. Getting back to help his defence. Morrison's exiting kick finds Bradshaw on his own defensive 50.
So Noel Bradshaw with the Sharon.
7 disposals for Noel Bradshaw.
He was a little indecisive. They're going to switch the footy here. So Liam Andrews has got it. 20 out here. Evans Street end, their own defensive goal that is. And he swings it right out wide to the outer side. Yelland in a battle with Smart. Coming in Rich is trying to keep the ball in. Doesn't happen. What have you got for us, Blake Esker?
Around the grounds for Evolution Roofing. Yarrawonga lead Myrtleford 20-19. Lavington 12 to North Albury 6. The Rovers 21 to the Roaders 12. And Albury 13 trailing Corolla Glen 26.
Very good. Back here at Normans, it is the Wodonga Bulldogs by 7 points. That's on the Gain Traffic and Contracting scoreboard. We're going 18.5 for Macca's opening turn. Ball swinging in, Matt Wilson. Well done in the back line again. So they've had to do some work here in the opening turn, the doggies' backs. He swings it across. And this mark is going to be taken by Charlie Morrison, the guard dog.
Hand passes it on to the running man, Liam Andrews, who hugs the boundary line, broadcast side. Oh, flying over the top there and almost marking was Ruben Burke. Spills out the back to Batten. Poor kick, inboard. Wanted to be aggressive, and Tom O'Sullivan was all over it for the Dogs. Called to play on, kicks off a step, just breaks the 50. Out the back, Cam Barrett takes a wonderful defensive mark for the Magpies, who trail by 7 points, 13-20 for Game Traffic and Contracting. We've played 19 minutes for Maccas.
The one thing holding Wodonga in good stead, Panda, as well. Charlie Morrison and Matt Wilson have been amazing when the ball's gone in their defensive 50. They are so good with the ball in hand. 5 disposals for each of those guys.
Richards kicks down the far boundary line, finds Jasper Craven, the last goal kicker for the Magpies. His kick hung a long time in the air. Goes back to Richards, who's going to want to switch the football back to the broadcast side, Luke Francis.
He is Panda. There's Tilly. Oh, gee, Jet Cassidy's onto this. Knowles has got to go. Nice pick up in the end. Oh, kept his head. Good work from the big man. On to Ellis. An in turn now to Grossman, who's run down from the half-back flank. They set it inside 50. Oh, good fist over the top from the guard dog, Charlie Morrison. Ball's gone out of bounds in the pocket.
They've got to probably put a little bit of time into Charlie Morrison now. Every time the ball goes inside that 50, he's able to zone off Parker Heatley and affect the contest every single time. And if it's not him, it's Matt Wilson. So Wangaratta, just a little bit of homework on what they can do to cover up their influence.
Boundary throw in. Deep into attack for the Wangaratta Magpies, who are kicking to the town end. Parker Heatley off a step, wobbling kick to the top of the goal square. And it bounces over the line and will be thrown back in at a dangerous position for the Magpies. He looks good, Parker, without having a major influence, Dan. So you have to say the points to Charlie Morrison early. That's where you butt in, Dan. Thank you very much.
Dan, that was your cue. That's okay. Play goes on here in the pocket, Evans Street, and this time on the far side of the ground. So we've still got that 7-point margin.
Cricket's Luke Francis, wasn't
it? I didn't want to butt in when the ball was so close. You know how quick they are getting it out of the centre these days.
I think he's more interested in the comp between Albo and also Hutto today.
Not interested.
Ball's gone out of bounds again in the pocket. What do you got for us now,
I'll butt in now.
Oh, well
so
done.
The inside 50 count is evening up, so it's 10 inside 50s to 11 now. So Wangaratta working their way back into the game, and Jackson Clark's been fantastic. 7 disposals for him on the 40-week stat sheet.
So 3 goals, plays 2, a 7-point lead to the Wodonga Bulldogs. Hunter Gottschling sets sail from 40 around the corner. A wonderful finish from Hunter Gottschling. A steer line goal today. Hit the scoreboard in the first round against Yarrawonga, and he's answered here, and it's a 1-point ball game. The Maggies 19 to the Dogs 20.
Yeah, it's a really good goal out of the clearance, and it's their 4th score for this game outside of a clearance. So that's where it's paying dividends. So you've got to be bang on in your contest, and that's why players for Wodonga, Jack Allen are really important, and then you've got the Preston Prince, Federico, and you've got Squid Melville as well, who are super important in that contest. But it's where the game's been winning and losing at the moment, Lukey.
Yeah, you're right, Dan, and this is what we should see on a perfect day. Both teams are scoring, so 3 goals apiece here as we work up towards the quarter-time break. First turn for A-grade oils and batteries on Edge FM. We're going 22 for Maccas. At the moment, that 1-point lead to Wodonga, the visiting team. Here's Barrett, and he goes back to Waitai Tua, and he gets that left foot out towards centre wing on the far side. Wilson in a battle with Craven. Ball's gone out of bounds. Rightio, Dan. What about our marks inside 50 thanks to 40 wins?
Yeah, so the marks inside 50. Wodonga have taken 2 marks inside 50 and Wangaratta have taken 2 as well.
Boundary umpire in action here. He's going to get his turn. And there he goes. That is a high throw-in. That is a ripper.
Bring rain.
Yeah, Nugent down to Tom O'Sullivan. Good work out the back of the contest to Ollie Greenhill. Low ball. And they play on back to Tom O'Sullivan. This time to Jorgensen, who wants to cut import. He's already kicked 1 goal in this game. Bouncing. Now, Winter Irving's got to get back onto this in the second attempt. He's taken by Tilley, holding the ball, and the Maggies win it on their halfback flank. So, Aidan Tilley, gee, started this game well, Dan.
Yeah, he's a brilliant player, Aidan Tilley, and he's up to 7 disposals for him.
He is averaging 6 intercept possessions and 3.8 intercept marks, is Aidan Tilley. A poor kick out of defence for the Wangaratta Magpies, and the Dogs swoop. Soroczynski applying a big tackle, and Barrett eventually wins it back without setting himself a pretty big task. Goes to Waitaitua. 40 out from his own defensive goal. Chips it out to Nick Richards, who plays on straight away. At bootlace level, here's Xavier Laverty. Wasn't able to mark. Tapped it towards Gotchling. Gabe Crothers goes in for the Dogs. Ball in scrimmage. Picked up by the Dogs. Kicked to half forward. It rolls over the boundary line. Valuable territory for Wodonga, and it will be thrown back in. 2 kicks from home. 20 plays 19. All thanks to game traffic and contracting. At the 24th minute mark for Macca's Luke Francis for the Northo Hotel.
Yeah, we get another boundary throwing Panda on the far side. Nugent, this time with a double-hander. Noah Bradshaw, roves it well. Off to Jorgensen, evading traffic. And it's actually gone out of bounds again. So that boundary umpire getting some action on the other side. He's earning his pocket money this weekend, Dan.
He is, and it's a midfielder's day today. You can already tell it's who's going to be the best player out of the stoppages. And Noah Bradshaw, you mentioned his name, 8 disposals on the 40-wing stat sheet this quarter.
Yeah, Zach Nugent going well in the ruck here.
Certainly is, yep.
Yeah, that one going down to Federico, and he might be gone. Here he is.
That's 3 times he's been caught holding the ball, Lukey.
Yeah, they're quick on it today, Panda. Have noticed that. Tom O'Sullivan, short to Jorgensen. So he's 60 out. Now, who can he find in the pocket there? He's going for Spiteri. He played for the push in the back. Wilson, right foot snap, whistle.
Throw.
Yeah, good pick up. And this ball is coming back. So let's have a look. Umpire quick to pay it. And the ball's going to Grossman in the back pocket for the Maggies, Panda, at the clubroom's end.
25 minutes gone for Macca's opening term. A 6-goal opening term. 3 to the Dogs, 3 to the Maggies. It's the Dogs by a solitary point. Blake Penderescott with you and Lukey Francis for the Northo Hotel. And Dan Vaccaro for Corowa Tiles. And also Corowa Better Electrical. Got a little bit of rock music playing in the background.
No time for the guitar.
I don't mind it.
Yeah,
just shaking things up here on O&M Live. As Norton onto Waitaitua. He's kicked down the far wing. Over the head of big Chris Knowles. And Charlie Morrison gets past him with ease. Wins it back for the Dogs. Onto Nugent. The big fella. Good kick to Greenhill. He links up by hand to Morrison.
He does, and they go forward again, the Doggies. Cam Barrett got a fist to that one at the back. Now Oscar Wilding searching for it. He wants to wheel around, gets it out. They play on. Jake Bradshaw on the boot. Tilley again. Geez, a good player. Another mark for him, Dan.
Yeah, he's up to 8 disposals. He's been unbelievable this quarter.
Beautiful. And there is quarter time at Normans in round 4 of the Ovens and Murray. And at the first break, it is the Wodonga Bulldogs 3-2-20 leading the Wangaratta Magpies by 1.3119. This is O&M Live on Edge FM. And on O&M Live, you will not miss a thing.
Your local tyre power.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Inspired, how about that? How about that? This time.
Welcome to Sundancer Homes. We make building your dream home exciting and stress-free. Backed by over 30 years of experience, one of many reasons why we provide a lifetime structural guarantee. Visit our information centre at Dean Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Drive 3.5. Embrace the mid.
No one celebrates life like you do. At Tobin Brothers Funerals, we're here to help you celebrate the life of your loved one, your own special way. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
There's a home, there's
With Optus Home Internet, you get more yes. Whoa. Which means less family screen time and more harmony with powerful Wi-Fi.
Woo.
Get the Ultra Wi-Fi modem at no extra cost.
O&M Live on Edge FM.
Glad to have your company here at the Norman's Oval, where it's a 1-point lead to the visitors. The Bulldogs 3-2-20 lead the Magpies 3-1-19. An entertaining opening term here on O&M Live. Edge FM, Blake Penderescott with you, Lukey Francis and Dan Vaccaro, who's going to run through some of our Albury Vital Air quarters best now in Wangaratta. Call Albury Vital Air, helping you breathe easier day and night. Now 40-wing stat winners in the opening term, Dan.
Yeah, thank you, Panda. And for Wangaratta, it's none other than Aiden Tilley for mine, Lukey. He has been fantastic. He's holding it together for Wangaratta. He's had the 8 disposals, and I reckon he's had probably 3 intercept marks already. Jackson Clark, another one as well, has been really good. And for Wodonga, Tom O'Sullivan, I've loved his game. He's had 8 disposals and a goal. He's working at the clearance work along with Noah Bradshaw, has been second to none. And that man, the guard dog as you call him, Lukey, Charlie Morrison, he's had the 8 disposals and he's just been immense in that first quarter as well.
He certainly has been. Dan, we'll take this opportunity now to go around the grounds, all thanks to Evolution Roofing. We've got all 5 games being played at once for the first time this year in the O&M.
I know, I love it, Panda, and there's some really good contests out here. We'll go to the JC Oval first. Yarrawonga 3-3-21, losing to Murderford 6-1-37 so far. And then at the Lavington Sports Ground, it's Lavington 3-1-19 lead, North Albury 1-1-7. Wodonga Raiders kicked 2 straight 12, losing to Wang Rovers 4-3-27. And at the Albury Sports Ground, it's Albury 3-3-21, down to Cora Rutherglen 6-2-38. So some really good mouth-watering matchups, Lukey.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Cora Rutherglen have not beaten Albury for 17 years, since 2008.
The hoodoo could be broken, Panda.
So we'll watch that one very closely here on O&M Live. And, of course, Yarrawonga versus Myrtleford, right in the heart of the northeast. We'll keep our Yarrawonga and Myrtleford supporters entertained with that score as well. So I've liked that opening quarter, Lukey. I think it's been good.
Yeah, it's good footy.
Oval.
Yeah, you're right about that, Panda. We've been entertained, haven't we? So hopefully this can continue on for the next 3 quarters.
Not a big crowd, but they are spread out.
Yeah.
So Dougie Greschke on our camera today for O&M Snap Print Solutions TV. There's a few people on camp chairs on the other side of the ground, the Ovens River side of the ground.
You're painting a pretty picture, I reckon,
I'm
Panda.
just saying that it is spread out, is what I'm saying.
He is a virtuoso, now, Blake Escott.
He is a virtuoso.
For the Norvo Hotel.
Whatever that means.
I'm not quite sure. It probably goes to show you how dumb I am, but that's okay.
Oh, don't be
Luke
so
is
hard
too
on
intelligent
yourself.
for us, I think, Panda.
No.
Very much so. I need a call with a thesaurus and a dictionary in front of me, I think. Second term about to get underway for Jayco or Wodonga.
What are we waiting for here?
Parents just bought a Jayco. They're going to jump in a Jayco, Dan.
It's a good tune. Do you sing that?
I might sing it in the second quarter.
Okay.
How about that, Dan?
Do it.
We're underway. 1 point lead to Wodonga over the Wang Magpies. Chris Knowles jumped way too early, allowed Nugent to get the tap out. It falls away the Maggies. They have to retreat back about 30 metre zone. The kick's very wide. It's out of bounds on the full from Tyler Norton. There's going to be a free kick to Nico Stevens.
And straight away again, I was going to mention him at quarter time, the young ruckman Zach Nugent's played a really good first quarter. He got the first tap there again, so he might be a good watch. He's starting to improve.
Like the look of Nico Stevens. He's played on out of bounds, and the umpire has said that's a boundary throw-in.
Well,
there's a little bit of confusion here. Was he called to play on, or did he just play on? I think that's still a kick to Nico Stevens, in fact. Yep. So the umpire didn't call play on. So the right decision's been made. So the ball will come back to Nico Stevens, who will be able to reload again for the Wodonga Bulldogs. Kicks to half forward. Winter Irving paid the mark. Not sure he got the first mitts to it, but who cares? For big Chook Irving. He's going to kick it to the top of the goal square. Down there is Parkin. Out the back, Spiteri! Oh, he loves playing in Wangaratta. We'll get a stat to you soon on how many goals he's kicked here, but that's his first. A steal line goal today. And if anyone likes sneaking out the back, it's Noah Spiteri.
Yeah, great crumb in there by Noah, and that stat you asked for, Panda. Noah Spiteri in his last 3 games in Wangaratta has kicked 13 goals, and he can now make that 14, Lukey. So 14 goals in 3 and a bit games is really impressive. But the one thing I was really impressed with there was big Kyle Winter Irving's mark there as well. All they want from him is to compete at contest and halve the contest if he can. And if he's taking big clunks like that, that is absolutely perfect for Wodonga.
Yeah, he lives for those, Noah Spiteri. He just sneaks around and tries to snag a goal here and there, and he's done it. So 26 plays 19 on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard early in the second term. Here's Noah Bradshaw burning out of the middle. Oscar Wilding on a lead here, wants to swing around. Oh, good tackle from Bourdignon. Not many get away from him. Ooh. And Mick's going to take the ball here, just outside defensive 50. In fact, he's going to come back. Picks up Norton.
They've covered the switch here, though, the Dogs. Really good defending.
And on to Ellis in the goal square. He comes to the pocket. Grossman. Ruben Burke mans the mark. Good running from Ellis. That's what he does. Oh, just got it on his left boot. Now Stevens, he's a good player, this guy. Can play the game. Of course, from the Chiltern Swans crossed over this year. Norton got up high and gave away the free kick. Winter Irving, will the advantage be paid here? No, it's coming back.
Yeah, unrealistic attempt. I think it was there, Panda, just quietly, but I'm not sure if he got hands to the ball. It's definitely not, but seemed like an unrealistic attempt to me.
He just went very early, didn't he, Luke?
Yeah, Tyler Norton going for Mark of the Year.
Century.
Yeah, and
that was, Lukey, that was improvement on the back of Wodonga's team defence, as Panda mentioned, to set up. It forced Wangaratta to throw a bit of caution to the win and go that grubber kick, trying to go back into the midfield. So kudos to Wodonga's defending inside their forward 50.
Yeah, and it's all well and good going for Mark of the Year, Dan, but you've got to pick your times. And that wasn't one. Winter Irving, has he got it? He's missed it. Okay, so that one has gone through for a minor score. 27 plays 19 now on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. Doggies up, and we have gone just over 3 minutes in the second term, thanks to Macca's.
Just quickly, around the Grounds for Evolution roof-in, Corowa have kicked away again, 3-3-21 Albury to 7-2-44, so that's an interesting watch.
Greenhill just dropped the footy, holding the ball. Good gang tackle by the Magpies. They're playing with a quick advantage, not sure it was there. Federico, hand pass to vacant grass. Craven read the footy. Melville off a step, bites off a short 45. Jackson Clark, edge of the square, grandstand side. Oh, look at that kick in the middle of the ground.
Wow.
Finds Harry Smart. Goes by hand to Tyler Norton. Runs away, kicks inside 50 with a bit of a wobbler. Not a good kick. Not a good kick at all by Tyler Norton, and it's been intercepted by Liam Andrews for the Wodonga Bulldogs. Stiff to get dropped, I reckon, after round one. Back in the side today. Made Nico Stevens work for it.
Been good, Nico Stevens.
Very good. Looks a really tough operator, Lukey. You've called him in a couple of TDFL grand finals for Chiltern.
Yeah, Panda, he's a good player. Yeah, that's right. just described him well. Tough and tenacious, and he goes all day, Nick Stevens.
Wouldn't like to spill his beer or bump into him at Paddy's. He looks like that sort of operator. He's got the bow sleeves.
I agree, and I don't think you'd be able to put up too good of a fight just quietly, Panda.
Not at all.
Although you are going to the gym a little bit more, Panda.
Oh, yes.
Anytime Fitness.
That rig is...
Do we hit up for a sponsor?
Looking very shiny in the today's sun. There's no doubt about that. Here's Soroczynski off half back. So he gets one long down the line here to centre wing on the far side. Strong contest out there. Knocked out of bounds here by Brian Batten, and the umpire will take it. A boundary throw-in, Dan.
Yeah, that was fantastic clearance work again by young Noah Bradshaw. He's up to 10 disposals on the 40-wing stat sheet, but his clearance work, Lukey, has been absolutely second to none. Getting that first disposal and then feeding it out to one of the runners.
Boundary throw-in. Far side of the Normans Oval, the Ovens River side of the ground. A beautiful walk along the Ovens River down there this time of the year. Needs a bit of water, though. Mimo, his kick forward. There's a free kick, though. There's a throw.
Yeah, go to Wang for a throw.
Have you done that stroll before, Panda?
Absolutely. Not for a while, but it is a very nice walk along the Ovens River.
Okay.
Gottschling has got one goal in this game. Goes short to big Chris Knowles. Still on the far wing, bathed in sunshine. In front of the 30 or 40 spectators out there soaking in the rays. Goes short. This is Ryan Batten. Plays on straight away. Lowers the eyes. Out the back, Heatley and Laverty not able to impact the contest. Dogs defence under pressure. Magpies swarming. Here's Craven. Grubber kick to Clark. Swings around with a snap and misses. Vacant goal square. And it's through for a minor score from the co-captain. The Magpies go to 3-2-20. Trailing the Dogs 4-3-27. On the McDonald's time clock, we've gone 6 minutes, and that's on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard.
Yeah, second term for Jake Aubrey. Wodonga, Mimo. Gee, the kick was hot to him. Here's Clark. Oh, gee, they just get out of trouble. Carruthers quickly on the boot. Oh, well done from Soroczynski to take the mark in front of Waitai Tour. And Soroczynski moves it quickly. He doesn't muck around. Yelland is in the clear here. Away he goes, Jack, and he has a bounce. And a run down Norm Mins on the outside. Has two now. Now he pops it up inside 50. Grossman front spot or through his hands. Norton. Nice work. And they move it to Ellis. Right in front of Will Bradshaw. So Fraser pops it up. Melville takes it in the hands in front of Matt Wilson. 27 playing 20 here. Doggies up on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard. And then Brad to O'Keefe. Just in front of Jake Bradshaw. So we've got three Bradshaws playing today. Noah, also Will and Jake, or Carruthers, just dropped it on centre wing. Got it out now to Stevens. And a funny old kick to the half-forward flank. Grossman comes out for the Maggies.
Oh, Falcon!
Yeah, right into the head of Jorgensen. Goes again, Grossman. All Richards nearly got his legs taken from him, but it was his own teammate. And the umpire's going to take it right in front of the WB Richardson stand here at Wang.
The one thing they're doing really well, Wodonga, is they're blocking that corridor entry. Wangaratta are looking every single opportunity on that 45 of the back 50, and they're doing it really good at the moment, Wodonga.
Fair in the head. Jorgensen copped it from Grossman's handball. Right in the melon. Of course, Dougie Greshke would have got that on our O&M Snap Print Solutions TV. Hello to you if you are watching at home, maybe with a stubby in hand on election day. Hello if you're listening to us on Edge FM as well. Maybe out in your back shed. Richards goes by hand to Harry Smart, who has to get rid of it. Noah Spiteri right on his hammer. Good kick right into the middle of the Norm Mins. Xavier Laverty takes the mark just to the right of the centre circle. Lowering kick looking for Parker Heatley. Morrison has done a very good job on him. I reckon he's almost only had the one disposal, Parker Heatley. And that's holding the ball. Cade Mimo had to get rid of it quicker, and it's a free kick to the Magpies and Xavier Laverty in the middle of the ground. The Magpies 20, the Dogs 27 on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard. We played 8 minutes second term.
And Xavier Laverty goes inside 50 at the club room's end. Big fist from Nick Stevens. Ball heading towards the chalk. I think, well, Jasper Craven got swung around a strong tackle. Noah Bradshaw let him know about it. And Yellen does too. Jasper's fine though. Dan, we'll go to you thanks to 40 Wings.
Yeah, well, that man, Noah Bradshaw, he's putting together a really good performance so far. Not 10 disposals, but you mentioned Charlie Morrison. He's wearing Parker Heatley like a glove at the moment, Lukey.
Righto, back into play. Knowles. Whistle. And which way is this one going? It's going to the Doggies. Jorgensen's going to take it. Now, he's been called back. Yeah, okay. So
it's going to Kyle Winter Irving, so maybe a ruck raffle.
There you go. Yep, beautiful. Obviously bought his ticket in the ruck raffle today. Yep. Winter Irving, I think it was E37.
Speaking of raffle, you bought your Jillamatong Lamb raffle, Panda and Lukey?
Yep, I did.
Good
Here
stuff.
He goes. Short. Oh, gee, that is very short. to Jet Cassidy. Back into the team for the Doggies this week. Then to centre wing. That is out on the full. So a little rusty, Jet, after not playing last week.
Did kick 5 goals in the Magoos, though, last week, Jet Cassidy. Looks like he's lost a little bit at the moment, Jet. Short kick from Grossman, really poor one to Federico, who was not able to mark. And we have a boundary throw-in right in front of the Wangaratta Magpie dugouts, right in front of the grandstand here at the Normins Oval. 27-20. Dogs have been really impressive so far in this round 4 Ovens and Murray game. They like coming to Wangaratta. Won their last 5 here. Clark's kick was partially smothered. Matt Hayden called to play on. A floater inside forward 50. Stevens been the Dogs' best in this second quarter. Under pressure now. Have to get rid of it. Tackled by Gotchling. Will O'Keefe dribbles, goals. A smart finish from a smart footballer in Will O'Keefe, who had to finish that after taking an advantage. And the Magpies get back to within 1 point. 4-2-26 to the Dogs, 4-3-27.
Yeah, impressive goal there by O'Keefe and Wangaratta. Just kicking an important goal there, and Panda put the moz on our man, Nico Stevens. He is playing a very good game so far. He was just a little bit slow to get rid of the footy, and yeah, Wangaratta fight back. 14 inside 50s to 19 at the moment. So the game is pretty evenly poised at the moment. It's a very contested ball, and it's a very midfield-based game at the moment.
Yeah, the Wang Magpies have now kicked 3 of the last 4. So a 1 point lead here to the Doggies in the second term. Macca's time clock has gone close to 11. Back in the centre, Knowles, and look at this. Here's Hewitt breaking away with a thumping kick down towards the forward line. Good mark coming out. And it's Heatley. He takes it.
Yeah.
25 out, Dan.
Yeah, Parker Heatley finally has just got that. He's got the ball in his hands, really, but that was fantastic clearance work there by Harrison Hewitt. Hasn't been his day yet. Only the 4 disposals for him, but there's worth a couple.
Yeah, good player, this guy. Son of the coach, of course, Jason Heatley, who is a very good AFL player. And right now, his son, Parker, about to try and put a major on the board for the Maggies here at Normins, the club rooms, and he loves it. Straight through, so they get their 5th. So 32 plays 27. They regain the lead, the Maggies. 32 plays 27 on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard.
Yeah, it's a really good fight back from Wangaratta here. They're starting to dominate the territory and starting to dominate in the contest as well. Wodonga need to get back to applying their pressure and starting evening out in the clearance work as well. But good start to this second quarter. 5 inside 50s for them. Jackson Clark's been immense. He's up to 5 disposals this quarter on the 40-wing stat sheet. 12 for the game for him.
So Parker with his first gives the Maggies a lead for the first time since the 2nd minute mark of this game. They lead by 5 points, 32-27. We'll go around the grounds maybe now quickly, Dan. Give us a few scores for Evolution Roofing.
Yes, for Albury Sports Ground, it's Albury 3-6-24, plays Coral Rutherglen 7-2-44. And one more score, Lavington 4-2-26, plays North 1-3-9.
So here's the Maggies trying to come out to the grandstand side, but the Dogs smother the kick. Clark, grab without the football, hold the ball. He did not even take possession of the football there, did Jackson Clark.
Not sure about that.
And we have a Wangaratta Magpie player down on the ground who looks to be in a bit of strife.
Richards.
Yep, it's Nick Richards. It looks like he's copped a bit of a knock. He looks to be in a bit of trouble. Does Nick Richards, who's getting to his feet slowly by a couple of trainers, so we might have a stoppage in the game here. The umpire gets the ball.
He's just on his haunches. Yeah. Yep.
So 32 plays 27. He's just getting to his feet now, Nick Richards, which is good to see. Still on his haunches, bending down.
Yeah, just getting his breath back, isn't he, Panda? He's face down for a while.
Yep, and he's just coming to the bench now. Here's Nick Richards, which is good to see, but I'm not sure we will see him anymore today.
But hear that mobile phone. Was that a voting update coming through?
Potentially. Maybe it was Adam Bant ringing through, wanting a few votes.
Okay.
Here's Tom O'Sullivan on the wing. And it's going to be a free kick to the Dogs after all that, because Jackson Clark was caught holding the ball when he hardly even possessed it. Kicks down the line. Winter Irving out the back. Big fist came from Laverty. Here's Noah Spiteri. He's dangerous in these positions. Drop punt to the top of the goal square. No one home. It dribbles across the face. Fraser Ellis gets back for the Magpies. Wins it in his own back pocket. Good kick. Finds Will O'Keefe, who's ran a long way to mark that footy in front of the scoreboard. He wants to switch straight away. Barrett on to Grossman, who just marks right up against the boundary line.
Matt Grossman, back pocket, Evans Street end. Now they're going back the other way. So the outer side again. So it's with Cam Barrett. So they're happy to play around with it until they find an out here. The Maggies back with Ellis. And out wide they go. So Magpies with possession here through Ryan Batten. And he goes with a high one. So this one just right of centre wing on the far side. Heatley a long way up the ground. And Melville wants it back in the middle. He's going to go to Laverty. Good kick. Building nicely here, the Maggies. And Barrett, nice running. And then a left foot to Melville. Oh, a little bit too tall for him. Doggies come away through Wilson. And got it on to Carruthers and back to Wilson. 2 bounces now. Now he's got Jorgensen on. He's going to find him on the bounce. Adam winding up here. What can he do? Find someone inside 50. Well done. Then gets it in to Brandon Park and a chance here to kick his second on debut.
Yeah, that's fantastic work there by Wodonga. Matt Wilson again, just off that half-back line, and he looks to be aggressive at every opportunity. Got the 1-2, go through the corridor, put it in your good ball users' hands, Adam Jorgensen, straight to the debutant.
Yeah, so he's obviously got very good goals since Brandon Park and Panda.
He certainly does. He already kicked one in the opening quarter. Hasn't had too many touches, but he just needs to find goals from limited opportunities, Lukey.
Just a medium-sized player, Brandon. Let's see how he strikes the footy. 40 out. He puts it up. Only off a couple of steps. That's a beauty. He's kicked 2. Well done. Brandon Park, and great stuff. So the Doggies now lead 33-32. 1 point in it on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard, Dan.
Yeah, the Wodonga Bulldogs have wraps on this young fella there, and that was a fantastic kick going just off a couple of steps, as you said, Lukey. So that was fantastic. And Wodonga bite back, and we've got a game on our hands. And quickly around the grounds for Evolution Roofing. And a couple more scores. Yarrawonga starting to get a little bit ugly there at JC Low Oval. 4-3-27 plays Myrtleford, 8-3-51. And then Wodonga Raiders, 3-2-20 plays Wangaratta Rovers, 6-5-41.
And back here at the Normans Oval, it's 33 plays 32. And what a moment once again by Brandon Parkin, who got the call last night from Twitty, said, young fella, you're in. Tom Miller's hurt his shoulder down at training in Melbourne. He won't be able to play.
He was in a sling before, Tommy Miller, so hopefully not too bad.
Sometimes it's the best thing too, isn't it, Panda?
Yep.
You don't have all week to think about it.
100%.
Yep.
Kicked 17 goals in 3/3 games and is rewarded with those performances. And Ruben Burke, in fact, it was Ruben Burke, not able to mark. It was a really good kick inside 50 for the Dogs. The Wangaratta Magpies defence run away with it. Knowles marks in the middle of the ground. Plays on straight away. Kicks to a dangerous position. Oh, Parker Heatley got crunched. Coming across was Andrews. Spills out the front to Melville. On to Matty Hayden. No, Parker Heatley got caught holding the ball. He was running into an open goal. Caught holding the ball. A wonderful tackle from Charlie Morrison. And it should have been a free kick and a 50 because it was booted away by the Magpies. In fact, it was Reece Venturoni, who has saved a certain goal for the Wodonga Bulldogs. Wonderful defensive effort. And I tell you what, they might not come away with the chockies here, Wodonga, but efforts like that will please Jared Twitt, Dan Vaccaro.
Yeah, absolutely they will. Their pressure's been fantastic all year. They've just lacked a little bit of polish, but at the moment they're playing some good footy. Yeah,
Parker Heatley was just unaware that Venturoni was coming from the blind side. Okay, Alex Federico, here he is.
Federico.
The third Dacos brother, that's what we've labelled him, as he goes inside 50. About 30 out from the club room's end. Carruthers got up high, couldn't hold it in. Snap out of the pack. Heatley, what's happened?
They're saying it's touched.
Okay, so Parker has had a shot on goal here. Umpire's convening. What decision will it be?
He's overturning it.
It's going to be a goal.
Wow.
He
must have concrete evidence, Mason Ring.
Right, so 38 plays 33 here. The Maggies get their 6th. 38 plays 33 on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. Dan, very interesting.
Yeah, well, look, it was a good goal out of a stoppage as well. And you just don't know in those scenarios. In the AFL, obviously, you can look at 400 different angles, Lukey, but right here, you got to go with your gut sometimes. And the goal umpire has given it a goal, and that's what it is. And Wodonga just got to get back to winning it in the contest. It seems like the team that's winning it out of the middle and winning it in the contest are getting the leg up. So Wodonga just got to get back to fighting it out, and it's a really good game to watch at the moment, Lukey.
I like you backing the umpires here, Dan.
So it's a quick kick out of a stoppage. The Dogs said it was touched, and the Magpies said it was a goal, and in the end, Mason Ring overturned the goal umpire and said, stick your 2 fingers up, it's a goal. So Parker Heatley's kicked 2 now, the last 2 for the Wang Magpies, and they regain the lead by 5 points. We've had so many lead changes here in this Edge FM O&M Live match of the day. Here's Jorgensen. just on the edge of the attacking centre square. Plays on, kick inside 50 is a good one. Finds Carl Winter-Irving. Does he have the distance here? He'll line up from probably 50 metres slight angle.
Yeah, he looks pretty confident going back, but what I've really liked Wodonga have done this quarter is they've actually made their forward line a little bit bigger and they've spread it out and created a little bit more space.
Hand passes it off to Matt Wilson, who set sail from just outside 50. He's hooked it though. It's across the face of goal, albeit it was very poor marking by the Wangaratta Magpies. And it's through for a minor score for Wodonga. 5-4-33. Trailing the Magpies 6-2-38 for CMV Truck and Bus. We've played 19 minutes for Maccas in this second quarter. Doing it all thanks to Jaco Wodonga. Jump in a Jaco, Lukey.
Blake Escott for the Northo Hotel. Gee, we've got a good game on our hands here, Dan.
Yeah, it is. It's a really good game to watch and it's really open.
Yeah, Yellen going inside 50, Evans Street end. Nice work to Ruben Burke. So they need to hit the scoreboard here. We've had a couple of misses this term, or one that didn't make the distance at least. So, Dan, it'd be nice to get this one. It's a tough kick, though.
It's a really good one to get for Wodonga, but it's a really big one to get for Ruben Burke. He's been reasonably well held this game. He's only had the 3 disposals, and he's had no impact on the scoreboard since going forward. So this will be huge for his confidence, but big for Wodonga to get one back as well.
Love the look of this kid, Lukey. I reckon he can be anything.
Yeah, only saw him twice last year, Panda, but what I saw of him, gee whiz, he's an athletic type. And he has got some talent, this guy, Ruben Burke. So let's see if he can kick this one hard up against the boundary line. Evans Street end, 40 out. Oh, my goodness, that was never missing. That is a steer line goal of the day, a beauty from Ruben Burke.
That was fantastic. The goal umpire did not move a muscle, Luke. He absolutely popped it straight over his head. So really good reply for Wodonga. It's a mini shootout at the moment in this contest, and it's really opened up the game, and it's been really good for the viewers as well. So the way that both teams are moving the ball's been reasonably good. The way Wodonga have made their forward line a lot bigger and spread it out creates better entries for them as opposed to the first quarter. And it's been a really good game so far. 10 inside 50s to 7 this quarter. Some of the good ball winners. Matt Wilson's had the 4 disposals this quarter. Tom O'Sullivan as well. And Jackson Clark, he's up to the 12 disposals on the 40-wing stat sheet.
6-3-39. Wodonga regain the lead. Wangaratta 6-2-38. We have had some serious lead changes in this game. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lead changes by my estimations. We've only played a half a footy. A whistle and a free kick here to the Dogs. It's going to go the way of Nico Stevens, who has been really good in defence for the Dogs. Hand pass, though. Miss Soroczynski, who fumbled it. Still in his own defensive half. Regains possession of the footy calmly and goes out wide to Jake Bradshaw. Flicks it over to the Bull Yelland on centre wing. Comes back inboard, though, under good Magpie pressure. Retreats back to Liam Andrews. Might go around the ground soon, Dan Vaccaro, if we can, for Evolution Roofing, as Andrews, pinpoint kink out wide, finds Reece Venturoni, who lowers the eyes inside 50, looking for Burke. Did he get shoved in the back? Umpire says play on. Smart. Exiting kicks a good one. Finds Fraser Ellis at half back for the Magpies, who trail by 2 points. 40 plays 38 for CMV Truck and Bus. We've played 22 minutes for Maccas.
Oh, gee, I tell you what, we're all a bit nervous there as Ellis tried to hit Grossman. He got him, but only just in. And now goes Tilly into Melville. Umpire's happy to let it go. Okay, so true half-back flank for the Maggies. Trail by 2 points as we work up towards the long break. The halftime show for Maccas. Looking forward to that. Oh, there's Bordignon. Nice work. And gets it away to Marjanovic. And over his head he goes. He's wide tied to her. Again by hand.
Good pressure.
Batten just had to knock it on to Barrett. To Hewitt. Ellis it is, in fact. Under pressure. Ball came out. Melville spins around. Look at this by hand. Wow, wide tight to her. Oh, Federico got taken down without it. Plays goes on. Melville over the top. Now, what can the Maggies do here? Craven went back. Clark unleashes and unloads. Look at this for a goal. Yep, he's got it. Jackson Clark, he is an absolute star of the O&M. A steal line goal of the day, a cracker. That one, Dan.
I'll tell you what, that's one of the team goals of the year. It might not look amazing, but the ability to absorb the pressure all the way from the half-back flank all the way into their forward line. Squid Melville, I reckon, was involved in 3 of those as well. That was absolutely fantastic by Wodonga, by Wangaratta. It was great by Wodonga to apply that pressure. Even better for Wangaratta to absorb it, Lukey, and go forward and kick a goal.
That was amazing work by both sides there. Wangaratta to eventually get a shot on goal. It was messy. They found open player after open player, and Wodonga rolled up, applied pressure over and over again, and in the end it just fell the way of Jackson Clark, who calmly slotted one from downtown. And now the Magpies regain the lead. 4 points, 44-40. A wonderful game here on O&M Live. And a free kick to Marjanovic, holding the ball against Jack Yelland in the middle of the Normans. Hand passes it on to Harry Hewitt, who could have blazed away. Just checked his kick at the last minute over the head of Federico. Nugent, not a great hand pass from the big boy. But Ruben Burke mops up well for the Dogs. They chain it out down the wing. Venturoni ran into trouble. Yellen was over the line. And we're going to have a boundary throw-in because Reese just ran out of room. 44 plays 40. We've gone goal for goal since the 10th minute mark of the second quarter, all thanks to Jaco Wodonga. Lukey Francis for the Northo. We got a beauty.
It is a great game, Panda. A ripper. Boundary umpire, left of centre wing. Here we go again. Went beyond Nugent. And then Melville came through. Ball hooked around the body. Let's have a look down there. Here's Winner Irving. Nice hand pass off to Tom O'Sullivan. Looking for Jorgensen. Adam with Barrett. Just got taken down as he's got his kick away, Jorgensen. Here's Ellis in the back line, trying to search out of Maggie's Guernsey over the top of Barrett. Ball rolling towards the chalk. Winner Irving keeps it in, and he's taken out now in front of the WB Richardson stand.
Yeah, they've been really good, Wodonga. They've had 13 inside 50s to Wangaratta's 9, so the territory battle is still there. When they do get inside forward 50, they probably just let themselves down a little bit, but their contest work's been right up there with Wangs.
6 goals in the first quarter, 7 in the second. We've got a 4-point lead to the Maggies. A wonderful contest here on O&M Live. Hope you're loving the action. Marjanovic tied up against the boundary centre wing, kicks it down the line. Clean bowled Laverty. Getting back there and helping out his defence was Yellen for the Dogs. Stevens working his way through some tight traffic. Craven, though, wins it back for the Magpies. Marjanovic fake one way onto Hewitt. His hand pass poor. Looking for Laverty. Morrison does what good players do. Reads it well. And so did Chris Knowles, who intercepted the Morrison kick. Thought Kyle Winter-Irving was going to murder him. On to Ellis. Here's Grossman. Chips it out wide. Says Laverty. Mark and lead. Morrison didn't allow him to do it. Gets out the back. Bradshaw working hard. Has 2 Maggies on his hammer. Kicks down the line. The ball stays in. Ellis there. So's Burke. Wins it for the Dogs. Goes out wide to Soroczynski. All this on the far wing. Chips it down the line to Kyle Winter-Irving, who's got a couple of metres on. Boarding on. Chips his kick. Inboard. Jorgensen. Well done, Wodonga. They worked it out eventually, and Adam Jorgensen will line up for goal number 2, 45 metres out on 50 metres out on a 45-degree angle.
I don't think you could ask any more from Wodonga there. Their ball movement was really good, and even their ball users, Chook Irvin, that was a fantastic kick. They had 3 players running inside the forward 50 that had options. He just took a moment, kicked it, laced it out to Adam Jorgensen, who's going to have a set shot 40 out.
So Adam Jorgensen, who kicked 1 on the opening stanza, will line up for goal number 2 and finish off a good team goal for the Dogs. Runs in. Kick on the way. He's good. He's got it. Or is it touched on the line? Umpires convene. And I reckon he's going to be given the all clear. Yep, it's a goal. Adam Jorgensen with a seal line goal today. And the Dogs now lead by 2 points, 46-44 on the C&V truck and bus scoreboard, late stages, second term.
I reckon that might just be the level up over there, Panda, just quietly. That one there looked pretty close to the line, but a good finish there by Jorgensen nonetheless. It was a good kick, and we have got some game on our hands, but there are some other games around the grounds for Evolution Roofing here in JC Low Oval. It's Yarrawonga 28 to Murderford 53. Lavington 32 to North Albury 22, Raiders 21 to Rovers 48, and Corowa 50 to Albury's 38.
Maggies by 4 points at Normins. Okay, here we go. Hewitt. Jorgensen's got him. Ball got spat out. Here's Yelland. Gets onto that left foot and goes inside 50. Contest, ball over the back. Grossman fighting away. Right foot snap around his body goes wielding, bouncing. In the goal square, Maggies get back through Tilly and they can see to behind. Okay, so 47 plays 40 now. 47 plays 44. 47 plays 44 on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard, working up towards the long break.
It's just been a bit slow to tick over that scoreboard over there. So it took them a while to put that Jorgensen goal on the board, but it's 7-5-47 to the Magpies, 7-2-44. The Dogs with a 3-point lead here for CMV Truck and Bus. Can't be long before half time. We've played 28 minutes for Maccas in this second term for Jaco Wodonga.
The one thing Wodonga have done really well, Panda, is they've nullified Aiden Tilley's influence. 8 disposals in the first quarter. He's only touched the ball 3 times this quarter and is yet to have a real marking intercept influence for them this quarter.
Here's Brad Melville Trundles down the far wing, kicks to vacant space. Craven was his target. Andrews came off his man and towed it over the boundary line. It'll be thrown back in front of the gum trees on the Ovens River side of the ground. Dan Vaccaro, 40 winks.
Yeah, Jackson Clark, we've talked about him. He's had a fantastic game. He's had 14 disposals and a goal on the 40-wing stat sheet. And the inside 50 count, 9 inside 50s this quarter to Wodonga's 15.
Yeah, and that point for the Bulldogs still hasn't been added to the scoreboard. So that's the mystery point we'll be looking for at the end of the game. And you got to have it in bush footy. It is a necessity. Rightio, here's Norton. Half-back flank. And there is the siren to end a super first half of Norman's Oval. Round 4 O&M footy. And at the moment, it is the Wodonga Bulldogs 7-5-47, letting the Wang Magpies 7-2-44. The halftime show for Maccas. This is O&M Live. And remember, on O&M Live, you will not miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Shawty get inspired, how about that? How about that? This time.
Welcome to Sundancer Homes. We make building your dream home exciting and stress-free. Backed by over 30 years of experience, one of many reasons why we provide a lifetime structural guarantee. Visit our information centre at Dean Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
No one celebrates life like you do. At Tobin Brothers Funerals, we're here to help you celebrate the life of your loved one, your own special way. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating life.
There's a home, there's
With Optus Home Internet, you get more yes. Whoa. Which means less family screen time and more harmony with powerful Wi-Fi. Woo. Get the Ultra Wi-Fi modem at no extra cost.
You are with myself, Daniel Vicara, and Lukey Francis for the halftime show for McDonald's. Lukey, I'll tell you what, that is one of the best contests I've seen all year. The open play was fantastic. Both teams around the contest was great. It's a real midfield sort of day. The weather's perfect. It is a great day for footy.
Dan, it was absolutely sensational. Perfect to start to round 4. So, and before Blake S got ducked downstairs, he's just grabbing something to eat down there. He might grab a hot dog or a fizzy drink. 7 lead changes in this game so far. How good is that?
That's fantastic.
So sensational. Yep.
Yeah, it was awesome. And look, Wodonga have really come to play. I thought they've been fantastic. I don't know who to give the points to in the first half. Wodonga, I think, probably have dominated the territory a little bit more as we go through some stats here. The inside 50 count, Wangaratta 19 to Wodonga's 29. And then some of the ball winners as we go through. Matt Wilson's had the 10 disposals. Tom O'Sullivan's had the 14. I thought he's been really good and he's kicked a goal as well. Noah Bradshaw's been good around the clearance work. 12 disposals for him. Charlie Morrison's had the 11. Ruben Burke's had the 5 and he's kicked a very important goal from the boundary, or if you don't mind, Lukey. And then for Wangaratta, Alex Federico has had the 7 disposals. Harrison Hewitt been really well held. He's only had the 5 disposals on the 40-wing stat sheet. He's averaging 25 a game, so someone's putting some work into him. We're going to have a look for that in the second half. Jackson Clark, he's had 14 disposals in 1. He's probably been Wangaratta's best. Aiden Tilley, really good first quarter. He had the 8 disposals. He's been really well held in the second. Only the 3's had the 11. And Brad Melville Squid has had the 14. So really good spread, and it's been really good to watch, Lukey.
Yeah, Parker Heatley with 2 goals for the Maggies. Dan, and we've got to mention, what about Brandon Parkin? On debut, he's already kicked 2. He's on line for 4 at the moment. So if you can, 2 would be good enough. But they've both been great goals. So he got one here to the club rooms end and one to the Evans Street end. He's a find.
Oh, people from Wodonga have said he's minimal disposals, maximum impact, this kid. He knows where the goals are. He makes every disposal count. He kicks goals from half chances, and that's exactly what he's done here. He got 2 goals in that first half, and he's been fantastic, along with a lot of other players for Wodonga. They've been really good. Take yourself, put your coaching hat on, Luke. I know you real pity for coaches because it's the hardest job in Australia.
Yeah.
But if you put your coaching hat on, we'll take you into the Wangaratta rooms first. What are you saying to get them over the line? Maybe strategically through the midfield, or are you changing up personnel-wise? What are you saying to the team there?
Well, I think Panda might have mentioned that Alex Federico has probably caught 3 times with the ball. Now, they've been hot on the holding the ball whistle today.
They have, but they've been consistent at least.
They have, but he's the man, Alex Federico. He is a class act. But if he gets away from the stoppage without being caught here, Dan, or he at least gets a clean possession away, it could lead to another Maggie's goal pretty quickly. So I reckon he's probably the man. Whether or not Jason Heatley just ducks over to Alex and says, mate, they've probably got you, 2 or 3 times more than you would have liked.
Yep.
And if he gets some clean ball away from that contest, I think that'll be a big thing.
Yeah, I love that insight, Lukey, as well. And the other thing is, too, he's only had the 7 disposals, so he hasn't really been huge in the midfield. And I know he's I wouldn't say he's completely one-dimensional, but he is very much a midfielder, isn't he? Like, is it almost worth looking at it and going, maybe putting him forward of the ball a little bit just to find some footy, even if you take him to a half forward. So then at least if he's not getting heaps of touches, he's maximum damage around the most dangerous areas for Wayne. So that could be something they look into as well.
Absolutely, Dan. You wouldn't want Aiden Tilley to go down, wouldn't you? Oh. He is a fantastic player. He's just getting better and better each and every week he steps out in the Magpies, Guernsey.
He's unbelievable. When we talk about the guard dog from Wodonga, Charlie Morrison, I'll tell you what, Aiden Tilley's just as good. He's an amazing footballer, especially he was really well held in that quarter there. I think Wodonga probably put a little bit more work into him, but that first quarter there when the whips were cracking, he was just fantastic for Wangaratta. Now, Wodonga, if you go into their rooms, is it as simple as running with the fact that the pressure's been fantastic? Let's keep that up. Let's keep doing what we're doing. I honestly think they'd be happy with their forward line. I think Noah Spiteri, even Kyle Winter-Irving, who sometimes gets a little bit maligned in terms of his output of games, but I think he's hardened the contest really well. He's competing. Is it much the same for Wodonga, or is there something they could probably change?
No, I reckon you're spot on, Dan. I don't think they have to change much at all. Another couple of goals from Ruben Burke would be nice, because he kicked a beauty over there in the far side of the Evans Street end. Off probably a 40-metre kick. He is a talent. So if they can get a couple more goals out of Ruben Burke and Winter Irving, when he goes forward, he's probably got to kick at least one in this second half, I reckon.
I agree. His kicking boots haven't been on. I've loved his contest work. I think the biggest thing Twitty wants from someone like Kyle Winter Irving is to halve contest and make and compete. If he does that, you put a big green tick next to his name every single week, and he's doing that so far, which is fantastic. Now we'll quickly go around the grounds for the Evolution Roofing, Lukey. There's a few more games being played. The first time all year, every game's been played at the same time. which is fantastic.
That's
it's
what
getting
we
back
want.
to the old Saturday afternoon country footy.
That's it, Dan.
And we will go through some scores here. So at JC Low Oval, it is Yarrawonga 4-5-29, trails Murderford 8-4-52. I'll tell you what, I know it's early in the season, but they could really be the real deal, Murderford, the way they're playing. Lavington Sports Ground, it's a really good contest there. Lavington 5-2-32, plays North Albury 3-4-22. And at Berrily Park, a not bad outing for Raiders considering they're playing Rovers. 3-3-21 trails Wang Rovers 7-6-48. So they have kicked a few goals, and we talked about that horror show, I guess, a couple of weeks ago from Raiders. They've really improved since then. Their performance last week with Wodonga, despite the first quarter, has been really competitive. And so far today, they've managed to kick the 3 goals against Rovers. And I know it's not a whole lot, but baby steps for that team. They're looking okay. And then at the Albury Sports Ground, it looks to be a really good contest there. It's Albury Tigers 6-8-44, plays Cora Rutherglen 8-3-51.
Yeah, that is a very interesting one. But you're right, Dan. It's just on the Raiders, and we mentioned this in the pre-game. Yeah, they weren't good at all to Corowa on Easter Saturday, but just watching a half to 3/4 back of that game versus the Doggies during the week, I thought they played a lot better. They strung some good possessions together. They played a lot more for the guy next to them, for their teammate. And I tell you what, they really did push the Doggies at times. So hopefully today, what's that margin now?
So the margin now, it's
I mean, obviously playing
3-3-21 to 7-6-48. So look, they're still going to lose to the Rovers. Rovers are the best outfit in it. But they are improving. And there's an old saying in footy, Lukey, you don't have losses, you just have lessons. And I think that might have been the case a couple of weeks ago. And they just look to be on the improve slightly, Lukey.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that, Dan. So a 3-point lead here at half-time by the way of the Doggies.
Have you gone through the goal kickers, Lukey?
We haven't, Pen. We went through the Parker Heatley kicking a double and, of course, Brandon Parkin, but you can give us the rest if you like. 2
to, as I said, Brandon Parkin, 2 to Adam Jorgensen, and then singles to Noah Spiteri, Ruben Burke, and also Tom O'Sullivan. That's for the Dogs. While for the Magpies, it is 2 to Parker Heatley, singles to Jasper Craven, Xavier Laverty, Hunter Gottschling, Jackson Clark, and Will O'Keefe.
Very nice, Panda. How'd you go at the canteen, mate?
What'd you go for?
They were flogging off pies, trying to get rid of them pretty quickly. So I did have a pie down there. I wanted a salad roll, but went with a pie instead.
Very nutritional option there, Panda.
It is, yeah. Any election update from downstairs?
No update on the federal election whatsoever, Lukey.
Yeah, I think it's Albo versus Dutto, but as I prefer to call him Hutto.
Yeah, you did call him Hutto before, and I thought for a second, is Anthony Hudson running in the election?
I'd vote for Hutto. He's my favourite caller, Anthony Hudson.
Yep. Tells you how close I follow it, doesn't it?
Yeah, very good job there, Lukey. And we'll go back to around the grounds for Evolution Roofing because there's some AFL scores, Lukey, at the moment. So down in Ballarat at Mars Stadium, it's Bulldogs 89 beating Port Adelaide 38. And then today at Adelaide Oval, you've got Adelaide taking on Carlton Football Club, who Carlton have been in some good form, much to everyone else's disgust. And tonight at the MCG, it is Collingwood Magpies versus the Geelong Cats. That is going to be a matchup that needs to be seen to be believed. And then at Optus Stadium, you've got West Coast Eagles plays Melbourne. And then on Sunday, you've got some really good matchups. You've got the Sydney Derby, Sydney Swans versus GWS Giants. You have got Hawthorn plays Richmond in Hawthorn Centenary game, 100 years. So I'll be going down to that and showing my support. And at the Gabba, you've got the Q Clash. Brisbane Lions plays Gold Coast Suns.
Why are they playing at 7:30 on a Sunday night?
Got no idea.
I don't mind Sunday night footy.
But that late?
I don't mind it.
I love the idea of having games that don't interfere with each other. So if you have 3 games on a Sunday, you can watch all of them from start to finish.
Let them overlap.
Certainly brings the vacuuming forward. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah. No. I love it.
Wodonga are out on the ground. I've got news for you too, boys. We did not win the Gilmatong Lamb raffle, which is unfortunate.
What's the use?
I know.
Put in a protest?
I know. Wodonga are out on the ground. They lead this halftime contest 47-44. We're going to take a break. Our halftime show for Maccas on O&M Live. The third quarter on the other side of this. It's a beauty, the Dogs and the Magpies. And on O&M Live, you will not miss a thing.
Oh, yeah.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Shawty get inspired, how about that? How about that? This time.
Welcome to Sundancer Homes. We make building your dream home exciting and stress-free. Backed by over 30 years of experience, one of many reasons why we provide a lifetime structural guarantee. Visit our information centre at Dean Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Drive 3.5. Embrace the mid.
No one celebrates life like you do. At Tobin Brothers Funerals, we're here to help you celebrate the life of your loved one, your own special way. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
There's a home, there's
With Optus Home Internet, you get more yes. Whoa. Which means less family screen time and more harmony with powerful Wi-Fi.
Woo!
Get the Ultra Wi-Fi modem at no extra cost.
Welcome back here to Edge FM's O&M Live, and it is a beauty game of the round so far. Looking at all the other scores in the Ovens and Murray, it's a 3-point lead to the Wodonga Bulldogs over the Wangaratta Magpies. 7-5-47 to the Pies, 7-2-44. Blake Panda Escott with you, Luke Francis, Dan Vaccaro. Quickly update around the grounds. North Albury have hit the lead over Lavington by 1 point, 34-33.
Yeah, we heard you scream.
Around the grounds in some other games as well, Dan. We'll get an update soon.
I'll get an update soon.
So, a beauty here. Second half about to get underway, but Luke Francis, all thanks to Albury Wodonga MG.
Doggies up by 3, Panda. Away we go in the second half at Norman. St Clark tried to go off the ground. Gotchling, he got swung around in the tackle. Play goes on. Knowles inside 50. Look at that for delivery. Nice to Hayden, and he takes the mark 50 out.
Yeah, that's the start that Wangaratta wanted, winning it out of the midfield, and a beautiful kick there as well. So, haven't been at their absolute best, Wangaratta. I don't know if Wodonga can play any good, so I don't think they're in the worst position being 3 points down early, Lukey.
You don't know if Wodonga can play any good.
Any better. Any better. They're playing their absolute best at the moment, Panda.
Just wanted to check that.
Thank you for keeping me humble.
Okay, so we got clarification there. Oh dear, it's getting pretty fiery here at Normints.
I think that was a bit unnecessary.
Sorry, Panda.
So here goes Matt Hayden. Let's get this show back on track. He'll strike one from 50. Evans Street end. Oh, dearie me. That was an ordinary kick. Oh, bounces and Crothers takes it across for 1 minus score. So 47 plays 45. The Doggies up by 2 points on the Peter Bowen home scoreboard early in the third term, which is brought to you by Albury Wodonga MG.
It certainly is. Excellent kick from the Dogs has been intercepted straight away by Brad Squid Melville. His numbers, Dan Vaccaro?
He's coming up for his 15th, Panda.
It's been very good. Clean. Entry's a bit of a sidewinder. It doesn't matter how it gets in there if it lands on the chest of a teammate. And here's Harry Hewitt. Right place, right time on. He will line up directly in front. Call it 47 metres out. Dan?
Yeah, going to have another crack here, Wangaratta. And Harry Hewitt's been really well held so far. He's only coming up for his 5th disposal. So he's been reasonably quiet for his standards, averaging 25 per game this season. So if he can get into the game, look out, Wodonga.
So Harry Hewitt, former Vic Country representative, put on some size, well documented in the off-season. Is playing very well in this Wangaratta Magpies midfield. For the first goal of the third quarter, makes no mistake, drills it, keeps it low, and it's straight through the middle. And the Magpies are back in front by 4 points. That's our 8th lead change, Luke Francis. 51 plays 47.
Yeah, it's unreal, and it's a really good game. We've been blessed here with this game so far today, and around the grounds for Evolution Roofing, we'll go through some scores. Yarra 29 trails Murderford Saints 52, and then Lavington, who Panda just repeated, 33, trailing North Albury 34, and then Wodonga Raiders 27 to Rovers 55, and at the Albury Sports Ground, it's Albury Tigers 44 to Corowa 57.
Now, Panda, you were up in the O&M attic this morning, the archives of the O&M. You had to dust yourself off before you came down the stairs. I wonder what the record is for lead changes in an O&M game.
Well, I'll get back to you.
Clark, as he goes forward inside 50. Evans Street end again. Good tussle down there. Ball out the back. Laverty trying to get a boot to it. Well done from Crothers. And now Stevens brings down Hayden. Play goes on in the pocket. Laverty just hooked it over his shoulder.
Holding the ball, he's given it.
Yeah, he has.
They've been hot on that today, haven't they, Luke?
They
all
have,
day.
but they have been consistent, Panda, as well, which I like.
Yep. Okay, so the ball is with Jake Bradshaw now in the aqua boots. And he thumps one out of defence. Grossman goes up. Here's Gotchling. Gets it out to Ellis. Right foot, that one wide. That one's going out to bounds on the full. And the maroon and white will get it just inside the arc here, Evans Street end.
So the Dogs, who have been really good in this game, been in it all day, led throughout a lot of today, trail by 4 points. And Liam Andrews goes long down the line. In the end, Greenhill opted to punch it over instead of marking it when he got the front posse. The boundary throw in.
No, he called it out in the full.
That was out in the full.
Called it out in the full.
Right, okay. Thought that was
crazy.
Clearly a boundary throw in. Anyway, Ellis runs into trouble. Left foot kick's not good. Good defence by the Dogs. And the kick's a poor one inside attacking 50. Here's Charlie Morrison, who's done well on Parker Heatley today, who's also kicked 2 goals. Morrison goes out wide, finds Jack Yelland at half-back. 51 plays 47, Magpies lead for Peter Bowen Holmes.
Yelland out wide, picks up Mimo. Cade with the Kangaroo brand TW Sharon, and he wants to go with the 25-metre kick. Ooh. Oh, Wilson, he ended up with it. Somehow, some way, plays on, and then gets one forward here for the Doggies. Look at this. Oscar Wilding all out on his own. So he's 40 from home, club room's end.
Go back, Oscar.
Yeah. He had Brandon Parkin on, and the Doggy supporters were saying, get it over the top, but Oscar Wilding, not an easy shot here, Dan, looking into the sun.
Yeah, pretty tight, but I think the decision was right to just go back and back yourself in. He knows where the goals are.
So looking at the Doggies' 8th, they would regain the lead with this kick, trailing by 4. Is that marked by Ruben Burke in play?
Nope.
No, it's due for 1 minus score. So 51 plays 48. 51 plays 48. It's a 3-point lead to the Maggies on the Peter Bowen home scoreboard.
Magpies with a quick kick in. Richards links up with Tyler Norton. Good kick. Finds Matty Hayden, who goes inboard back to Richards, the bloke who gave it to him. Bit of a mongrel kick to half forward, but lands in the lap of Parker Heatley, who will swing around onto his left. 65 metres out with a drilling kick. You cannot defend that. A Mawson's concrete play of the day for the Magpies, and Xavier Laverty sliding down on his knees will line up for goal number 2, 40 out, 45-degree angle.
That is an unbelievable kick by big Parker Heatley there. Just an absolute chiseler. No defender in the league is going to stop that, and that is a fantastic ball inside forward 50.
So Xavier, who kicked the Magpies' first goal today at the 2nd minute mark, will line up from 45 metres out on a 45-degree angle. He's kicked 9 goals this year, and that one a minor score. Can't get his second for the day. So the Magpies extend the lead back to 4 points, 52-48 for Peter Bowen Holmes. We have played 6 minutes for Macca's third term, all thanks to Wodonga MG.
Yeah, so will this game break open? That's the question. Oh, Richards is onto this from the Doggies' kick coming out of defence. He plays on and then he gets a handball inside to Craven. Jasper, right foot snap. Yep, they've got it. That's a double for Jasper. And the Maggies, they just break clear. So 57 plays 48 on the Peter Bowen Holmes scoreboard.
Great work there, Lukey. Great work there. And not great work by Wodonga. Just a couple of mistakes starting to creep into their game, and that one there, just an unforgivable turnover in your back 50. So Wangaratta have got the early break, and they're starting to just put together a pretty good performance at the moment, Wang. So Wodonga have got to be quick onto it again, and the inside 50 count at the moment, Wangaratta 5 this quarter already to Wodonga's 1. And Brad Squid Malville, he's up to the 17 disposals, 3 already this quarter on the 40-wing stat sheet.
The Peter Bowen Holmes scoreboard. Love it, Lukey. That got me in the first week too, just letting you know.
Yeah.
It happens to the best of them.
Sorry, Pete.
58-48. The Magpies lead by 10 points. Federico, who's been uncharacteristically quiet.
It's contagious at the moment.
It is. And he's captaining my fantasy team today, the Preston Prince. So I'm not all that happy. As Jasper Craven sells a little bit of candy, goes by hand over to Nick Richards. 70 from home, kicks it to the hot spot. Laverty. Well done by Parker Heatley. Laverty's played on, swung around and kicked it out on the full. Go back and take your shot with a drop punt, Xavier.
Oh, my God.
He's kicked it out on the full, almost hit the cricket nets down the back. That's a coach killer. And the Dogs, who could have been looking at 3 in a row against them, get it back in from the out on the full through Morrison.
Well, you're right, Peter. That is an absolute coach killer, Dan Vaccaro.
Well, you took the words right out of my mouth, Lukey.
Okay. Greenhill takes the mark adjacent to the grandstand. Here he is, Ollie. And he wants to square one up to the back flank. So Doggies with possession here. On half back through Cruthers. He's going to go back to Greenhill. Melville was closing on them. So a 10-point lead now to the Maggies on the Peter Bowen Holmes scoreboard. Here's Jorgensen. Adam with possession. Venturoni wants it out wide. Now he's going to go to true centre wing. Cassidy on a long lead. Good kick. Good mark. Just reeled it in front of O'Keefe. Now this is the one. Can they find someone on the arc of the 50? Jet Cassidy with possession for the maroon and white. And he goes with a drilling ball just beyond Brandon Parkin. Now Spiteri, was he held? He's played for the free kick. Mimo. Oh, he's got it. Cade Mimo, a goal out of nothing. So the Doggies hit back. Wow, 58 plays 54. 4-point break to the Maggies on the Peter Bowen Holmes scoreboard.
I know we laugh about that coach killer, but that's a huge sliding door moment. That could be 3 goals up, and all of a sudden now they're back within a kick, Lukey, from that one play, and a really good finish there by Wodonga. So that's just a little bit of a leveler at the moment for Wodonga.
What a game, Panda.
Amazing game. Cade Mimo hasn't really been his day, but it can be your moment. A quick kick forward on the end of it. Took his opportunity from 30 and nailed a steal line goal today, contender. And it's back to 4 points, 58-54. Maggies lead the Dogs. We've played 9 minutes for Macca's third term for Wodonga MG. And a big shout out to Mimo, who works down at Wodonga MG. That was his young boy on the end of that one, Lukey Francis.
Very good.
So he'd be happy with that.
Beautiful footnote.
Nugent, who's battled hard all day. Federico, boot to ball with a clearance. On to Richards, playing in front. Good to see he's back out there too, Nick Richards. Federico again, too strong. Parker Heatley pushed Morrison out of the way. Venturoni under pressure. That was a scoop. Yep, that was a throw against Charlie Morrison, who was on the ground saying, no, I hand pass it. Umpire said no. And it's a free kick to Parker Heatley, who won't play on this time. He won't give it off to Laverty. He'll go back for goal number 3.
Yeah, big time he's going to go back. And just a little bit disappointed there by Charlie, although he is arguing his case. But he'll be disappointed to give another one up to Parker Heatley here after he's been so good this game.
Doesn't need many opportunities to hurt you, Parker Heatley. So he's lining up for goal number 3. 40 metres out, 45-degree angle. Can make you pay this man. and he's hooked it badly this time. Misses to the near side, minus score. As the scoreboard just has a few conniptions here. Actually not sure what the score is, to be brutally honest. I think it's the Maggies 59 to the Dogs 54. That is a 5-point lead to Wangaratta. That is the score, Lukey Francis.
You got it absolutely 100% correct, Blake Escott. And scoreboard's back up and running now. Here's Charlie Morrison for the Dogs. Switches on. So it goes back to the fullback position. Liam Andrews. And he wants to cast it right out wide here for Wodonga.
Beautiful kick. To
Jake Bradshaw. He's corralled in at the moment. Goes with a short ball. Nice to Will Bradshaw. So 59 plays 54 on the Peter Bowen Home scoreboard. Remember, third term. Brought to you by Albury Wodonga MG. Macca's time clock has gone 11. Here's Hewitt for the Maggies. True centre wing on the far side. Oh dear, is this kick on? He tries to get smart. He's dropped it. Now the Doggies pounce on him. And they come in, and we're going to have a ball up on the fringe of the square here. That kick wasn't on.
Nah, you just don't want to do those. You don't want to pull off those kicks, and especially given it's so much height as well. It's going to give Wodonga far too much time to get back and make a contest.
It was a very aggressive switch from Harry Hewitt, and it just wasn't on. Now we have a stoppage at half forward for the Dogs. Clearing kick for the Maggies in the middle of the Normins. Bradshaw does well. Sorochinski, fake one way, the other way. Went to Venturoni and gets it back. Runs away with some speed on the wing. Chips to half forward looking for Wilding. That has to be a free kick for a high. I tell you what, the umpiring has been absolutely fantastic today.
It has the umpiring free kick count as well, 12-13. So it's been so even,
They've been spot on.
They've been in unison too, Panda.
100%. And Wilding has a free kick here. Right up against the boundary line in his own attacking half. Checks his kick looking for Parkin. Not able to mark. Thought he had his arm chopped. Magpies clear. Big rise from Hayden. Forced a contest. Ball at the ground. Hayden does well to spring back up. Just fumbled at the last minute. Burke now over him as Hayden dives on the footy. Mason Ring says, give it to me, boys. I'll have a ball up. We've got a beauty here on O&M Live. It's a 5-point ball game. Hasn't been much more than a kick in it all day, Lukey Francis. Magpies up.
Blake Escott for the Northo Hotel. Edge FM 102.1 O&M Live on a Saturday afternoon at Normins. Dan Vaccaro, Blake Escott and Luke Francis. Here's Knowles and Bradshaw. Yellen's there also. Man in green to take it.
Around the grounds, Evolution Roofing. It is a 1-point ball game. North Albury winning over the Panthers, 46-45. Lots of lead changes in that one, Lukey.
Okay, so a top shelf bottler there also. Here's Melville. Oh, nice work to Smart. They get one along the line. Oh, Hayden. Was that a throw? Play goes on anyway. Here's Burke. He wants to square one up to Noah Bradshaw. Now, can Noah pick out a maroon and white Guernsey in space, because the Maggies have zoned up well here.
Yeah, he's just taking a moment, Noah.
And here he goes.
Good kick.
Yeah, beautiful. To Nick Stevens. Now he's got one over the top, and Ollie Green, if he wants to use him. He elects to go to Liam Andrews down the line with the left foot. Now Morrison's gone forward here, Charlie. Gets the ball inside, back to Greenhill. Ollie unleashes, going for home.
Goal.
What a goal. Ollie Greenhill, that was a gem. The Bulldogs playing super footy at Normins in round 4.
Yeah, well, it was a great start to the quarter by Wangaratta, but Bulldogs have just found a way, Lukey, to fight their way back into the contest and getting the ball in the hands of your good footballers. Liam Andrews, he's one of the better kicks in the team. That was fantastic work there. And then Charlie Morrison just going with the flow of the footy and able to get in a dangerous position. And what a finish by Ollie Greenhill. So Wodonga doing as much right as you could ask for at the moment, Lukey.
That's the 9th lead change for the day.
It's unreal, isn't it?
Fantastic end-to-end footy. He's not a noted goal kicker, Ollie Greenhill, but that will do his confidence the world of good. Banged it home from 50 on the run. Doggies regain the lead by 1 point. Hope you're enjoying the action. Couple of beauties here in round 4 in the SS&A Ovens and Murray. Jackson Clark, who's been a little bit quiet since the first quarter, pumps the Muggies back long into attack. Morrison was being held by Heatley. Still able to affect the contest. Gets a 1-2. Here's Jake Bradshaw. He's a left footer, tied up against the boundary line and ran out of room. Over the line, we'll have it thrown back in. Just 4 to centre here for the Maggies. You're kicking to the town end, the Evans Street end, here at the Normins Oval. And the Dogs are kicking to the club rooms end. Not a cloud in the sky. No wind to speak of. A perfect Saturday for footy here in the northeastern border. Winter Irving and Laverty, 2 part-time ruckmen, go head-to-head. Federico in the clinches. Did he get one high? Umpire says, give it to me. Ball up, Luke Francis for the Northo Hotel.
Yeah, thought he could have won a free kick there, Panda, as you called. Federico across the chops. Rightio, let's have a look. Umpire again, winner Irving. And then Federico came through off the ground. Craven gets one out to Melville. Handball over the top to Richards. This is where he's dangerous. Goes back to Craven. Gee, there was some doggies there. Richards, they spit it out the back. This time to Wellis, left foot. Look at that for delivery. Into Parker Heatley, Dan. That was nice.
Yeah, that was fantastic work there by Wangaratta. And the pressure from Wodonga was still coming, but they were just able to absorb it and get a really good kick out in that forward pocket.
Yeah, so still shooting at his third, Parker. So 1 point lead to the doggies. 60 plays 59 here. 9-6 plays 9-5 on the Peter Bowenholm scoreboard. Macca's time clock has gone close to 16 third term. So Parker missed one he probably should have kicked last time. This one's a lot tougher. Can he make up for it? This would square it for him. And that one's a behind. Okay,
2-2.
All square. All locked up at Normans. A fantastic game on Edge FM 102.1.
Hope you're enjoying this Saturday afternoon action. All square for the first time in a while because we've had so many lead changes by narrow margins too, Dan Vaccaro. Quickly around the grounds, Evolution Roofing.
Yeah, around the ground. So it's 31. Yarrawonga plays Myrtleford at 9-5-59. And then at the Lavington Sports Ground, it's Lavington 7-3-45, trailing North Albury 7-5-47. And at the Berrily Park, it's Raiders 35, plays Rovers 68. And at the Albury Sports Ground, it's 52, plays Corridors 67.
Coming in ball with a hand pass with the Magpies. It was chopped off by Jorgensen. They flick it out wide and run and spread. Yelland, chip kick down the line. Finds Jet Cassidy, who's just getting into the game a little bit in this third quarter for Wodonga MG. We've played 16 minutes for Macca's. Scores level at 9-6 apiece. Cassidy buys some time, goes down the line, and Norton in the hole for the Maggies takes a nice intercept mark. Getting better with every game, this kid, Luke Francis. Tyler Norton has a chance to repel here for the Magpies. Instead, he's just going to take a little bit of sting out of this game.
Yeah, Maggie's on half back with possession. And here goes Tyler. And he sends it down the line on the far side. Well, Federico knew he marked that. Stevens comes through for the doggies. Gets it off to Yellen. Now look at this. Here we go. Nugent on to Mimo. He's got Tom O'Sullivan on if he wants to use him. Goes forward. Well, Wilson came out. Just couldn't quite take the mark. Ball rolling towards Ellis. He's wrapped up by Mimo. And the umpire will take it just left of the centre. Dan, we'll go to you for 40 weeks.
Yeah, I'll tell you who's been really impressive today, especially in the contest. Jack Yallen from Wodonga. I've really liked his game. I think he's been one of Wodonga's best, especially around the ball.
Just watch Michael Borden on a little bit slow to get up from that contest. Looks like he may have just hurt his right arm. Here's Knowles. Left foot grubbing kick. Playing in front and marking is Matty Hayden. Wheels around on the right at half forward. Kicks into the pocket. Heatley in a one-on-one. Push Venturoni out of the way. And the ball trickles over for a boundary throw-in. He was out the back there, Parker. Just ran out of room. He'll be thrown back in 15 metres around from the Maggies' goal. Scores level, 9-6 apiece. We've had 4 goals. 2 to the Maggies, 2 to the Dogs in this third quarter for Wodonga MG. Nugent pushed out of the ruck. Bradshaw by hand to Crothers, who's wrapped up straight away. And we'll have a ball up. Still about 20 metres out from the Maggies' goal.
Yeah, been a little bit quiet this quarter, Noah Bradshaw. Only had 2 disposals so far. 14 for the game on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Nugent tried to slap it over his head. Crothers in there. Janovic's got him. Umpire to take it. So 20 out, Evans Street end here. A lot of players around the stoppage. All square at Normans. 9-6 apiece. Ball in the air again. Oh, a quick one out of the pack by Richards. Crothers tried to get a fist to it. Stevens, he just boots it out, hoping to hit a maroon and white Guernsey, and he does. Winner Irving's taken the mark. Now he just thumps it out. They're trying to clear defence here, the doggies. Big pack of players goes up just on the flank here in front of the grandstand. Whistle, holding the ball. Right. Okay, so ball's coming back here to Batten. Ryan will take the kick. Gee, it's hard to find some space inside 50 in the pocket there. Not sure what he's going to do with this.
Yeah, and they've put Big Nugent back there as well as the extra man.
Yeah, he switches it back to Bordignon. Now he thumps one in for an entry. Well, nice work from Crothers, just getting rid of Knowles.
He's called a push in the back.
Oh, I don't know about that. I think he used his body, no hands.
Yep. Reckon he's pretty stiff there, Gabe Crothers. It's a free kick to Big Knowlesy, who lowers the eyes, finds Hewitt. Sorry, it's Jackson Clark. Juggling attempt. He's certainly got the distance here, Dan. He'll kick from 52, 53 on a 45-degree angle.
Yeah, shelling piece for Jackson Clark, this sort of distance for Mine Panda. He's been really good today. He's had the 17 disposals, and he's kicked a goal as well. So I'll back him in from here.
It's a big running goal in the second term to Jackson Clark, kicking to the club room's end. This one to the Evans Street end. For goal number 2, look at that. That is gun barrel straight from one of the best in the competition, Jackson Clark. A steel line goal today from outside 50. And the Magpies lead by one straight kick, 10-6-66 to the Dogs, 9-6-60 on the Peterborough home scoreboard. Dan Vaccaro.
Yeah, that's a classy finish from a classy player, Panda, as you called it. And he's been Wangaratta's best for mine today. Around the contest, he's been good, but forward of centre, that's where he does his best work, Lukey. And he's just been second to none. But what a matchup this is shaping to be for a last quarter. Been good, Wodonga, 7 inside 50s this quarter. Wangaratta still winning the territory battle this quarter, 11 for them. And 4 marks inside 50 from their 11 entry. So when they're going forward, Lukey, they're finding the target, which is impressive.
Yeah, we keep saying it, Dan, but it is just a wonderful game. Back in the middle, Knowles and Nugent, Gotchling. Oh, Noah Bradshaw, good tackle. And then Nugent just got rid of his man in Hewitt. Jorgensen ends up with it for the Dogs. Out to Noah Bradshaw. Quickly on the boot. They go forward here, the maroon and white. Well done by Barrett. Cam stands tall for the Wang Magpies. On to Melville. True back flank. Just down in front of our commentary spot. Remember, third term here, brought to you by Aubrey Wodonga MG. We're going close to 22 for Maccas, or Tilly brought down in a strong tackle in the heart. The Normans and the umpire will take it.
Not too sure why that was play on there, Panda. It might have been touched by Noah as it came through, but you just don't see him paid very often.
I'll tell you who's been quiet since the first quarter, and that's Tom O'Sullivan. Just needs to get himself back in the game. Grub a kick forward from the Dogs. Trickles to half forward. Ellis retreats back to Tilly, who dodges around one. Kick intercepted. It was poor. It was good pressure by Tom O'Sullivan because Matty Wilson's intercepted in the middle of the Normans. Called to play on. Kicks into the pocket looking for Cassidy out the back. Not able to mark. Spills towards Mimo. Kick one in this third quarter. Cassidy runs into a bit of trouble. Gets around the outreaching arms of Hewitt. Kicking ball was poor. Here comes Federico trying to bust through one tackler. O'Keefe beset upon by a couple of Wodonga defenders, and we'll have it balled up inside their attacking 50.
Yeah, Federico, the Preston Prince, been better this quarter, 6 disposals, and he only had 7 to half time.
Just on the paint of the 50 club room's end, Knowles gets a clear and kick away. Here's Sorochinsky. Oh, met Jasper Craven. Crothers quickly on the boot. Back to the paint of the 50. Wilson gets by him. There's Tom O'Sullivan. Out to Wilson. Try to get around Barrett. Now here's Tom O'Sullivan. Oh, ball out of bounds, and the umpire will throw it out. Throw it in.
Throw it in, Lukey. He's not going to throw it out.
I'd love it if he just hoifed the ball 30 metres the other way.
And listen to you, Lukey. How good's that?
So a boundary throw in after all that. We'll go around the ground soon because there are shaping up to be some really good games.
It's getting close at JC Low Oval. Yarrawonga 7-8-50, plays Murderford 9-5-59.
Come back from the Pigeons, who haven't lost at home in 4 years. Here's Sorochinsky. Quick, hurried kick inside 50. Wilding flew really high. Got not able to mark. Booted off the ball 50 metres, 60 metres out of defence to the far wing. Well done by Fraser Ellis, who gained valuable yardage down the far side for the Maggies. O'Keefe, short little kick, finds Hayden. Marks low down to the ground. Kicks to a vacant 50. Heatley not able to mark. Morrison does well. Pops it over the top to Bradshaw. Would love to him to get involved. Kicks down the line looking for Wilding. Great fist from Boardington. Wilding did well at ground level. Retreats back to Bradshaw. Inboard hand pass. Tried to get a 1-2 was Noah. Able to eke one out here to Cassidy. Did he get one high? Magpies defending in numbers. Here's Craven. Does really well. Tackled by Bradshaw. Swung at a 360. He heard the ball. And we have a holding the ball free kick here to the Dogs. They trail by 6, 66-60 for Peterborough Holmes, who played 25 minutes. Macca's time clock.
Okay, turned over. So the Maggie's going in again through Hayden. Look at that. Laverty's out the back and takes the mark. Noah Bradshaw's second and third efforts in that piece of play was sensational, but I just think he was exhausted, Dan, when he went to kick it.
He was, and it's just a costly turnover in the middle of the ground. If you're going to turn the ball over, you can't do it. Bang in the centre of the ground.
Okay, so what a scenario we got. So Laverty, 40 out from the Evans Street ends. If he kicks this, it'll give the Maggies a 2-goal break right on three-quarter time. Let's have a look. Xavier Laverty. Is he going to wobble it through? He is. So that's double for him, Xavier. So they're out to a 2-goal buffer here at three-quarter time. What a game we've got on our hands on 102.1 Edge FM. This is O&M Live, and remember, on O&M Live, you will not miss a thing.
Harvey Norman Betting, Australian-made match.
Righto, fellas, there you are. Sorry about that.
You're right, mate. Just
No,
don't
you're
go
right.
a little bit early on that.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Shawty get inspired. How about that? How about that? This time.
Welcome to Sundancer Homes. We make building your dream home exciting and stress-free. Backed by over 30 years of
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Shawty get inspired. How about that? How about that? This time.
Welcome to Sundancer Homes. We make building your dream home exciting and stress-free. Backed by over 30 years of experience, one of many reasons why we provide a lifetime structural guarantee. Visit our information centre at
time and more harmony with powerful Wi-Fi. Get the Ultra Wi-Fi modem at no extra cost.
Fourth term about to get underway. The Wangaratta Magpies still in their huddle. They lead this one by 2 straight kicks, 11-6-72 to the Dogs, 9-6-60. A great game. We've had 9 lead changes here on Edge FM's O&M Live. Quickly for Albury Vital Air, Dan Vaccaro, our quarter's best in the third term.
Oh, there's a couple of plays to pick from. I thought Federico was much better that quarter. He had the 6 disposals. And for Wodonga, Charlie Morrison here, I think he's been one of Wodonga's best for mine. He's had the 7 disposals. He had 18 for the game, and he was really good that quarter.
Alrighty. Some leading stat winners as well in the third quarter, Dan, for 40 Winks.
Well, the team stats to the inside 50 count was 33-39 in favour of Wodonga still, so it's a really tight game. Alex Federico's had the 13 disposals, been reasonably quiet. Jackson Clark, 2 goals and 17 for him. He's been fantastic. And Squid Malville's had the 19 disposals. And for Wodonga, as we mentioned, Charlie Morrison's been good, and Noah Bradshaw as well. He's had the 18 disposals.
Around the grounds for Evolution Roofing, three-quarter time scores in the Ovens of Murray.
Yeah, it's getting very close at JC Low Oval. Yarrawonga 8-9-57. Trails by 2 points to Murderford 9-5-59. At the Lavington Sports Ground, 57 plays North Albury 48. Raiders 35 to Rovers 86. And Albury 53 to Coral Rutherglen 80.
So I would just hit us with the close games from now on, DVAC. So the Lavy North game and the Yarrawonga Myrtleford game if we can. So just repeat that Corowa Albury score again for us if you can.
12-8-80 and Albury 7-11-53.
So Coral Rutherglen trying to find their first win over the Tigers in 18 years. If they can hold on in that one. And back here at the Norman's Oval, it's the Magpies by 12 points. Here's Lukey Francis for A1 Tyre Power.
Doggies need the first of the final term. Let's have a look in the centre. Tom O'Sullivan just lost the handle on it. Federico goes in. Here's Noel Bradshaw, quickly gets his boot to the ball towards centre half forward, and Norton takes the mark. So Tyler winds up with his kick, and he wants to shift it towards the half forward flank. Knowles, nice strong hands from the big man. Jake Bradshaw mans the mark. Maggie's building here. Short one to Federico. Here he is, the Preston Prince. How many down on the 40-wing stats?
He's coming up for his 14th.
Sensational, and he now kicks it inside 50. Good mark. Nice work from Ruben Burke, who's back, and he takes the mark for the Doggies.
Well, it's good to see him getting back, but he did start that contest in the ruck, Lukey, so he looks like he might be playing the ruck role.
He did that against North Albury in the last quarter, Dan. They kicked the first 4 goals of the quarter, if you remember.
Yep.
So it's a move that they like to do because he's super agile. A free kick is going to go the way of Matty Grossman. It's against Wilding for a hold. Grossman, too far out to score. Pops into the leading lane of Heatley. Ruben Burke came off his man. Heatley with a clever hand pass to Jasper Craven for 3. No. Across the face for a minor score by Jasper Craven. And the Magpies extend the margin to 13 points, 73-60 for Border Switchboards. We've gone just over 1 minute for Maccas in this fourth quarter.
Liam Andrews will take the kick out from full back for the Doggies. What's your best, Dan? Thanks to 40 Weeks.
My best at the moment is the inside 50 count. It's getting very, very even here. It's 35 inside 50s to 39 in favour of Wodonga just.
Jet Cassidy in defensive 50. We don't see him often down there, but he's got the ball, Jet. So Maggies have stacked the Doggies up here, so he hasn't got much to go to, Jet. He's going to come to the broadcast side. Sorochinski got a fist to it. Matt Wilson. Now to the guard dog and Charlie Morrison. He's wanting to draw his player. Now he gets it on the boot. Down the line, this might be turned over. Gotchling, nice mark going back. Wins it for the Maggies. So, same story now for the black and white. He's got to try and pick out a Guernsey in space. To Hayden. That was nicely worked. Off to Richards. He's got a free man in Clark. Here we go. Will he wind up? Jackson goes short. Nice work. And he picks up Craven again. So as Panda said, he's already got 2 on the board. Can he kick 3, Dan?
Yeah, he very well can, but that player, Jackson Clark, he's just an unbelievable footballer. He's been best on ground for mine today, Jackson Clark, and every time he gets the ball, he's just got it in a dangerous position, but I think he'll go back and slot it from 55 on a slide angle, Lukey.
This to get it out to a 19-point lead. Gee, to be a handy goal early in the third term. Jasper Craven winding up from 50, strikes it nicely. It won't have the legs. Big pack of players go up, and then Jorgensen brings it away for the Doggies.
Clearing kick. Gets outside defensive 50. Looking for Spiteri. Did he get his opponent high? He did. It's a free kick here to Tyler Norton, who's going to send the Maggies back into attack again. It's been good today, Tyler. Kick into the pocket. Heatley. Good body work. Did all the hard work and then dropped the mark. It was a chesty in the end. He got rid of Morrison. And we'll have a boundary throw in. Inside 50 here for the Magpies. Call it 40 out from their goal. Only the 1 point in this fourth quarter for A1 Tyre Power. They lead by 13, 73-60 Knowles read the shallow throw in, grubbers it towards the goal square. Heatley's down there. And the Dogs' defence tap it over the boundary line. We'll have another throw in, Lukey Francis, for the Northo.
We will, Peter. So let's have a look. Who can win this one at the coalface? Nearly every player on the ground at this stoppage, or that's what it seems like, Dan. Plenty around the pill down here. Let's have a look. Burke slightly got a fist to it. Tom O'Sullivan with it, and they run it out, the Doggies. Here's Greenhill, gets it on the boot. A true centre wing, Cassidy.
Good mark.
Yep, you can see him coming from a mile off, takes it. Now he's got to wait for the Doggies to storm back. He's got Will Bradshaw on the outer side. Now he just lobs it up there. He wanted someone to come at it over the top of Winter Irving. Now here's Brandon Parkin, got taken off the ball. Umpire was happy to let it go. Ellis now for the Maggies, so they win back possession. And he wants to retreat here, and they concede some ground. He gets it to Melville.
It's the Peter Bowen Holmes curse, I'm calling it.
Yeah, that's it.
The tongue twister. As Clark runs out of room, and we have a boundary throw in on the far side. Dan Vaccaro, what do you got for us, 40 minks?
Yeah, well, they've started the game off, the start of the quarter off really well. Wangaratta, that 4 inside 50s already. Wodonga have only had the 1. It's really over to Wodonga. Let's see what they can respond with to put some more scoreboard pressure on.
2-point margin at the Lavey Sports Ground. Lavington 58 to the Hoppers 56 around the grounds for Evolution Roofing. Ruben Burke in the ruck against Knowlesy. Hewitt, grubber kick down the line. Nick Richards did really well with an inboard hand pass onto Hewitt, onto Jackson Clark, who's getting better in this last quarter. Kicks a shallow entry, looking for Parker Heatley. Matty Hayden with some work to do. Look about the one-hand hand pass from Matty Wilson, who streams out of defence with a bounce. Kicks to half forward. Cassidy is lifting big time here for the Dogs in the last quarter.
He certainly is. Goes into Tom O'Sullivan, but look who turns up at the right time. Alex Federico in his red cape. And it goes out wide here. Mimo, though, picks it up. Wants to send it back, sitting under it. Knowles takes the mark.
They had Matt Wilson out in the overlap there. All they needed was a little kick.
They switched it across half-back, over Aiden Tilley's head. Grossman back to Tilley, so they hold up again. Then he steers one out wide here, trying to find Craven in space. So they're on here, the Maggies. Let's have a look at this. Over the top to Melville. Feigns the hand pass, goes short, won't reach Heatley. Comes off his shins. Going again, Craven. Gets the handball out the back. Melville, so they're about to load up again here. The Maggies, a squaring kick, nice to Ellis. Now he's got Knowles on, but he elects to go forward. Inside 50, ball over the back. Here's Clark. He's about to pounce on this ball. Right foot snap. Don't tell me he's going to kick this. Do not tell me he's got that. It's gone across the face, and it's gone out of bounds. Gee, we all held our breath there.
Well, we would have called the game off, and I would have walked down to it at the Anytime Fitness and just given it to him then, I reckon.
Yeah.
If he kicked that, but... No, across the face and we'll have the boundary throwing.
The goal umpire sort of...
Well, that's...
I know, what was he doing?
Just a little bit.
Don't look at the goal umpire, tell you.
No. So a boundary throw in deep into attack for the Maggies, who lead by 13, 73 to 60. All thanks to Border Switchboards and a big hello to Brendan Genvey. Of course, a Wangaratta Magpie board member. He'd be happy with this scoreline. Tilley intercepts for the Maggies. Edge of the square. In attack, no. He's going to have his kick again, because there was a Wodonga Bulldogs player who encroached the protected area.
Shouldn't that be 50 then?
Probably. Or maybe he wasn't off his mark correctly. Either way, Tilley's kicked it now to Brad Melville, who was marked just inside 50. He'll have to kick this from right on the arc between the 50 and the boundary line. Every bit of 53 metres, Dan.
I don't know if he's got it in him, to be honest. I'm never going to doubt Squid Melville because he's been a fantastic player, but I don't know if he's got the leg.
So this would be some effort. But to extend the margin out to 19. He starts his approach. Drop punt kick on the way. Looks pretty good. Don't tell me he's kicked that, Brad Melville, or is it touched on the line? I reckon it's a goal.
It definitely...
It is. The Dogs argue, but Melville doesn't care. I reckon that might have been touched. It's through for a major. Doesn't matter. It's a 19-point lead to the Magpies, and they've opened up a mini break over the Dogs at the 7th minute mark for Maccas.
Yeah, wow. So a great finish there, I guess, from Brad Melville from 50 out. And over to Wodonga now, Lukey. What response have they got? They've been good all day. Can they make a game out of it? 13 points the difference now, I believe. So let's see what they can conjure up with.
Dan Vaccaro, I reckon you're 1 centimetre off being a good call there.
There you go, 19 points.
Gee, so close. Oh, we had to wait, but the goal umpire gave it. So, yeah, very interesting now. So out to a 19-point break. Let's have a look. Knowles and Nugent. Knowles, nice work just to edge his opponent under the ball. Here's Gotchling coming out of the centre. Left foot, down they go towards Laverty. Couldn't quite take it. Stevens, he's a real goer. Just strolls that one across the chalk, and the boundary umpire will throw it in. 79 plays 60 on the Border Switchboard's scoreboard. Last turn for Tyre Power.
Yeah, they're in a really good position now, Wangaratta. 8 inside 50s. The ball's camped in there 50. Wodonga really need to try and conjure up something.
They've kicked the last 3, the Maggies. Margin at 19 points. Hewitt out of the stoppage. A high up and under. Good luck marking that. Spills the way of Will O'Keefe like a good rover. Dribbling it through for a minor score. He's already got one dribbling finish. Couldn't cap off a second there. Minor score. Margin out to 20. 80 plays 60 for Border Switchboards at the 9th minute mark for Maccas. Here's Lukey Francis for the Northo Hotel.
On O&M Live, 102.1 Edge FM. Jim Baccaro and Blake Escott. With Luke Francis with you. Normans, here goes Yelland. Look at him go, Jack. He's had a good game today. Hand pass over the top to Nugent. Receives it back, does Jack. He was trying to create something. I don't mind that. Turned over in the end. Or dumped.
Yep.
So it's coming back to Jack Yelland.
It's against Gotchling for a sling.
I'll tell you what, Dan, I didn't mind that because he was trying to create something off half back. They're down by 20 points now. He had to try something.
You've got to go through the corridor as often as you can. The only mistake you made was handball into a ruckman.
He's got it back, Jack. That's the main thing. Now he's going to go for Soroczynski, so they haven't gained any ground here, but they hold possession. Half-back flank. Here's Matt. Chips it down the line. Nice presenting from Will Bradshaw. Now, what can he do here, Will? It's a low kick over the top of Cam Barrett. Going in there, Brandon Parkin. He's kicked 2 goals on debut. Goes again. Well done. Out to Adam Jorgensen. To Cassidy. To Soroczynski's followed up his play, and that one smothered. O'Keefe's in a bit of trouble there. He's clutched his elbow.
Hit him right in the arm from the smother, Lukey.
Yeah.
A stinger.
Might have been a little funny bone.
Dan Vaccaro around the grounds, Evolution Roofing.
Around the grounds, we've got Yarrawonga 65 plays, Murderford 61, so they've hit the front.
Wow, what was the margin?
Pigeons. The margin might have been 30-plus points at some stage, Panda. And then at Lavington Sports Ground, it's 1 point the difference in favour of Lavy, 58-57.
That one against the Hoppers. Yelland not able to... That's a big drilling tackle from Soroczynski on Melville. Came down pretty hard, and the umpire says, give it to me. Mason Ring with the real slick haircut today. Look at the gel in that thing.
Oh, yes.
Very slick from Mason. Nugent with a good tap down to Soroczynski.
And a lot of gel. Bit of the Ross Gallar season 2 of Friends, I reckon.
It's it's the Fritch. It's the Bailey Fritch.
The Bailey Fritter, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the 6-foot-tall hairdo.
Another ball up from that man, Slick. Wilson on hands and knees. Norton onto Melville. Clearing kick is an open foot race between Heatley and Morrison, the far side of the ground. Will Bradshaw does well to come in and help his teammate. Kick inboard, finds Mimo. Quick hands onto Tom O'Sullivan, who goes out wide. Soroczynski's all on his own. He can run in here and load up from 48 and bring the Dogs back to within 13 points. No, he hits the point. He hits the post to Soroczynski. 80 plays 61. Sorry, it's a 19-point margin for Border Switchboards at the 11th minute mark for Maccas. Dan Vaccaro, 40 wins.
The one thing they're doing really well, Wodonga, is they've identified the state of the game and they're going through the middle as often as they can. Soroczynski just a little bit unlucky, but they've got to keep the ball in their half, Lukey.
Yeah, you're right, Dan. So Richards, 30 out from their own defensive goal. Evan Street end hits Alex Federico, a true centre-half back. Goes short and wide, so Hewitt is with it, and he's going to move it in turn now. Out wide to Batten. So this is Ryan. Another short ball. So happy to play the possession game here and just burn some time off the clock. It's with Norton. They've got a 19-point lead, the Wang Magpies at home. In front of the Wodonga Bulldogs on the Border Switchboards scoreboard. Right out wide here. Good mark from Morrison. Right. They've got to try and turn this into 6 points, Blake Escott.
They certainly do at half back. How many for Charlie, Dan?
He's coming up for his 20th.
Checks the kick. Good fist from Boarding, not up against Wilson. Sullivan's kick to half forward. Beats Parkin and Barrett. Barrett wrapped up by Mimo at ground level. The umpire says, give it to me. We'll have another stoppage in between the centre square and the 50, favouring the Evans Street end where the Dogs are kicking. They trail by 19 points for Border Switchboards. 4th term for A1 Tyre Power. As Federico kicks a high up and under to half forward for the Maggies. Heatley and Morrison in a wrestle. Morrison went to ground. Yelland has a couple to beat. Just got a hand pass out at the last minute looking for O'Sullivan. Hewitt grabs it for the Maggies and we'll have another ball up. 60 round for the Maggies goal.
You mentioned O'Sullivan there. He was so good in the first quarter, had 8, but he's only had 18 total possessions since then.
Okay, let's have a look out there. Here's Noah Bradshaw breaking away. Nice work, right foot to Brandon Parkin. Takes it in the hands. Now, what can he find here? Look at that for a kick. That was a gem to Ruben Burke. So, Ruben Burke, he's going for a player in the pocket. Oscar Wilding, no, couldn't take the mark. Smart. So they move it across there, deep back line to Melville. So that was one that's gone begging for the Dogs.
He had to go back and kick that, Ruben Burke. He's got the leg in him. Had to go back.
You'd hear the Doggy supporters in the stand just doing and ahhing about the decision. But anyway, that one's gone. Here's Tyler Norton. So they've still got this 19-point lead, the Maggies. So they'll be happy to play the possession game.
They certainly will. Norton with a high up and under. Hugging the boundary line. Grossman from behind. Oh, he's still got to leap, the old fella. A Mawson's concrete mark of the day from Grossi. Kicks long down the line. Heatley out the back. In fact, it was Hayden. It didn't impact the contest. Here's Jasper Craven. Left foot grubbing kick looking for Jackson Clark. Kept the ball in front of him. Here's O'Sullivan working hard for the Dogs in defence. Kick is a beauty. Finds Will Bradshaw all on his own. Go, Will, go! What are you waiting for at halfback? Kicks into the middle of the ground. Finds Matt Wilson. It opens up for the Dogs.
Certainly does, Matt. Oh, he doesn't know which way to go. In the end, he just puts it on the boot with a 10-metre sort of nothing kick. Bouncing ball, Gotchlin going back for it. Oh, Maggie's hold up again. Melville. Oh, look at that. Gee, that was clever. It's going to end up in the hands of Mimo, though. Who can he find inside 50 wide? Well done to Spiteri. Now, these are the ones he tends to kick down, Vaccaro.
Yeah, he does. He's a really skillful player, Noah, and he's going to go back. He's going to back himself in from here.
Oh, gee, it'd be on if he kicks this. It really would be on. This would bring it back to a 13-point margin. Noel Spiteri, hard up against the fence. Right foot snap. At the Evans Street end, no. Through for 1 minus score. So it's an 18-point lead here by the way of the black and white. We're going 15.5 in the final term for Thai Power. Yeah.
3-goal even margin favouring the Wang Magpies, who have just done enough. They've kicked the only goal this last quarter, the last 3 of the game. Give them that 3-goal lead. Good mark out on the far side. It's been marked by Aidan Tilley for the Wang Magpies, who goes short, finds Nick Richards. He copped the heavy knock in that second quarter, but he rebounded all right. Drills one short to Jackson Clark. So they're just playing a little bit of possession footy here, the Magpies. Out on the far wing. Around the ground, Stan Vaccaro, Illusion Roofing.
Yeah, 3 points of difference at JC Low over Yarrawonga, 9-12-66 to Murderford, 9-9-63. And North Albury down by 2 points to Lavington, 59 plays 57.
Here's Richards. They've moved the ball about 20 metres, just chipping it around here, the Magpies. It's in the arms of Aidan Tilley, who's going to centre the ball in the middle of the ground. Lukey?
He does to Jackson Clark, Panda. So just left of the centre. Low drive and kick inside 50. O'Keefe, sticky hands, has taken the mark. So we haven't seen much of him today, Will. But I'll tell you what, he could put his stamp on the game here.
Yeah, he can. And that kick, the hit by Jackson Clark, is just unbelievable, isn't it? He kicked 2 goals today, 22 disposals, but he's kicking inside forward 50. He's almost the best in the league for my Lukey.
So this to take it out to an even 4 goals. So it's 18 at the moment. This might make it very hard for the maroon and white. Will O'Keefe. Oh, no. Okay, so they haven't closed the game out just yet, the Maggies. It's 1 minus score.
Handy
so
point,
80, yeah, 81 plays, 62 here on the Border Switchboard scoreboard.
And around the grounds for Evolution Roofing, Tim Broomheads has kicked a goal from 40 out to put the Hoppers in front by 4 points. So it's 9-5-59, plays Hoppers 9-9-63. And the other game at Albury Sports Ground, it's Albury 12-12-84, plays Corowa 13-9-87.
Here come the Maggies from the kick in to ice the game. Richards, no. Minor score. So the margin at an even 20. 82 plays 62. They could have put this game to bed, the Wang Magpies. That's on the Border Switchboard scoreboard. We've played 17 minutes for Maccas, so it's got to be perfect footy, Luke Francis, here for the Dogs. They could have kicked 4 straight pretty quickly as Morrison moseys out of defence. Long one down the line. Tilley up against Cassidy, who's had some moments in this last half. Ruben Burke, left foot kick. Asking a teammate to run at the footy. Coming out and meeting it with one hand was Noah, showing a little bit of candy. His kick was smothered, though, by Jackson Clark. Burke's got a bit of work to do. Gets around the Clark tackle. times 2. Does it twice. Left foot kick inside forward 50. Cassidy has to be a free kick for a hold. Umpire says no. And here comes Grossman out of defence for the Magpies.
Yeah, that might nearly be it. So a clearing kick. Venturoni over his head. Winner Irving provides a good shepherd. So Doggies with a chance here to come back through Noah Bradshaw, and he gets it on to his brother Will. In turn, they go to Tom O'Sullivan. They drive it forward inside 50. Good mark, Grossman. He holds up again. So a 20-point lead here to the Maggies in the final term. We've gone 19 for Maccas. Laverty about to mark this. So they're doing everything right at the moment in the final term, the black and white. Xavier goes short to Marjanovic in front of Matt Wilson. And this is where they're just going to chew the time up, Panda, and waste them off the clock.
Another goal to North Albury. They lead by 10 points over the Panthers for Evolution Roofing. And around the grounds in the Yarrawonga-Myrtleford game, Dan Vaccaro.
Yeah, it's just got out of it there for me. Yarrawonga 67 to Myrtleford 63, Panda.
So we'll keep our Yarrawonga and Myrtleford counterparts updated with that one. 20-point lead here to the Maggies. 62 to 82 they lead over the Dogs. Here's Craven getting out the back of the contest and circling back, running backwards. Kicking it over his shoulder inside 50. Coming from behind was Heatley. Impacted the contest, brought a couple of Dogs behind. Here's Bradshaw running in circles. Has to check his kick. Burke, what a mark that is. Backing back, knowing the contact was coming from Chris Knowles. He's got some steel, this kid. That's a Mawson's Concrete mark of the day. He's got to go quick, though, for the Dogs. At the 19th minute mark, they trail by 20.
Burke down the line. Need a doggy to mark this one. Oh, Tilly over the top. Wonderful mark. A Mawson's Concrete play of the day from Aidan Tilly. Dan, how many's he got for 40 weeks?
Aidan Tilly, he has had the 15 disposals, Lukey.
Look at that kick. Into the middle, picking up Jackson Clark. Now, Ellis is out and running. He loves to do this at Norm Mints. He's got Federico on if he wants to use him. Ellis is going to go forward. And he goes with a low one. Oh. Look at that to Gotchling. And that will be the game done and dusted, Mr. Vaccaro.
Yeah, if he goes through and kicks it there. But they've just gone to another gear this quarter. Wangaratta and then running on top of the ground. And Wodonga, after a valiant fight, they've just fallen short. And Wangaratta, too good, Lukey.
Yeah. What about that kick, Blake Escott?
Certainly a good kick. Just had the right bit of height to get up past the Dogs defender. Right place, right time for Gotchling. What's he kicked? I've got him down for 1-1, Lukey.
Searching for the Maggies' 13th Panda. 82 plays 62. This would put it in their keeping. Misses, but I think they're home anyway.
I think you're right, Lukey. 1 goal, 2 for Hunter. 83 plays 62. For Border Switchboards, it's a 21-point margin. A big barrel out of defence from the Dogs. Almost got to the centre circle. Gotchling applying a big tackle, holding the ball. They've been quick on that all day. It's a free kick against Big Ruben Burke. And Hunter Gotchling has it for the Magpies in the middle of the ground. Goes short to Clark. I reckon he's got the distance here.
Yeah, yep, you're right.
He's 53 or 54 out. And every single one of his Magpie teammates are going, Jackson, you go back and kick this goal and put the result beyond doubt.
Yeah, well, it's no secret who's going to get the player of the day. If he definitely slots this, he has been unbelievable today. 23 disposals, 2 goals. He's kicking inside forward 50. Luke has been second to none.
It certainly has been. So he'll kick this from just in front of the centre square, I reckon, Jackson Clark. 83 plays 62, 21-point margin. Absolutely drills it. Does it have the distance? Of course it does! He's Jackson Clark, that's why. A steel line goal today. He's kicked his 3rd. Anytime Fitness player of the day going to him. The Maggies by 27.
There he was, Jackson Clark. Never in doubt he was going to have a shot as he went back. Deliberate approach. He liked it, the Maggies liked it, and that gets them home here at Norm Inns in round 4. So 83 plays 62, 12-11. Actually, I shouldn't say that. That was their 13th goal. So wait for that to flash up again on the scoreboard, thanks to Border Switchboards. So back in the middle, all but done this one. 13-11, 89. The Maggies lead the Wodonga Bulldogs 9-8, 62. As this game... Curtin coming down. Here's Knowles. Gotchling taken in the middle by Noah Bradshaw. Gee, he's tried hard for his team today. Noah Bradshaw recovers that much territory. Sensational.
Game over at the Lavington Sports Ground. North Albury hold on to beat Lavington by 5 points. So they go 3-1, Lukey Francis.
5 points. Well, that game has turned out to be everything we thought it was going to be. Here's Nugent. Mimo. And then coming through was Clark, and he's taken by the Doggies. Claimed, and the umpire to take control. So let's have a look here. Again, another ball up, just right of the centre. Clark into the back. I think it hit Hewitt, who wasn't expecting it. Mimo, and then Soroczynski picks it up. He's about to be taken and claimed in the tackle, and the umpire will ball it up.
Certainly will. So a 27-point margin here at the Normans Oval. The Magpies have kicked the last 4 goals of this game when Ollie Greenhill put the Dogs in front by a point midway through the third quarter. Here comes Noah Bradshaw. Back in the middle, getting a nice leap was Burke, resting forward. Good hand pass from Tilly. Into space, Spiteri intercepts for the Dogs, finishes beautifully. A wonderful snap around the corner from Noah Spiteri, 30 or 40 out. Gives something to cheer about for the Dogs. Margin back to 21 points, 68 to 89 on the Border Switchboard scoreboard. We've played 24 minutes for Maccas. Thank you, Luke Francis.
Played a good game today, the Doggies, but just the final term, they just couldn't finish off, could they, Panda? It was a 2-goal break at three-quarter time by the way of the black and white, and they've gone on with it, and they've been able to starve them of possession. And there's been a couple of times where they had opportunities to kick goals, but it just wasn't to be. So now they'll go to 1 and 3, which is it's going to be hard work from here. Okay, Nugent, and also Knowles back in the middle. Janovic, he gets it on the boot and he sends it out wide. Whiteside Tua sits under it with Soroczynski. Cam Barrett searching for it. Mimo right on him. And Barrett holds front spot. Ball's gone out of bounds. Slightly right of centre wing on the far side. Final term brought to you by Tyre Power. Great sponsors of O&M Live.
Yeah, Tyre Power, thanks to Harrison and the crew here in Wangaratta. Also, Mauro Stefani over in Wodonga as well. They're a good crew at Tyre Power.
Very good.
Thrown back into play. Far side. Nick Richards weaves through traffic beautifully. Hand passes here to Smart. Good kick in the middle of the ground. Craven has grown into this game beautifully, Lukey. Has Jasper. Hand pass it back to Smart as the siren sounds. The Magpies go to 4 and 1. They'll have next week off. They can rest up with a 21-point win over a brave Wodonga. 13-11-89 to the Dogs. 10-8-68 here on O&M Live. Hope you've enjoyed the action here on Edge FM. Well, let's see if Dan Vaccaro's got us down on the boundary there for Cora Tiles, and Cora better let
you do, Panda Bear. Could I throw a curveball for the player of the day, maybe? I don't know.
Well,
is it definitely Jackson Clark?
I think it's going to be pretty hard to beat Jackson Clark.
Nah, it is. I'm only just...
you stir it, Dan.
I'm stirring.
You are a stirrer.
Lukey, it's going to go to Jackson Clark. He was fantastic today. I think he had finished with 25 disposals and kicked 3 goals, so he was amazing.
Yeah, he certainly was. Good to see you down there in full O&M Live attire too, Dan. Yep.
Not like this guy's going out in Melbourne after the game. Actually,
well, you know what?
Actually wanted to leave the broadcast early.
Unbelievable.
No, that's all false. But I'll tell you what, O&M Live should get some jumpers in just quietly.
Oh, you're kidding, aren't
Next question. Budget's a bit tight, Dan.
Well, Panda, they pay you so much. I think you can give back a little bit.
No, not at all. So a 21-point win to the Maggies. Have to give it off to the Dogs, though, Lukey. There were 9 lead changes in that game.
Yeah, unbelievable, Panda. Yeah, gee, we saw a super first half. The third term was a beauty, and then the Maggies just took control in the final one. But I think the Doggies can hold their heads high. Like, obviously, they haven't grabbed the points, but I couldn't see anything wrong with their efforts today. Just sometimes finishing inside 50 was a bit of an issue, but the Maggies, I tell you what, you've got to hand it to them. It's a great start to the year in 2025, and Jason Heatley be absolutely stoked with them.
Well, they started the year 0-4 last year, and now they're 4-1, and the only blemish last week by 3 points to Myrtleford. So they're going to take some beating, especially here in Wangaratta. The Magpies, as Dan Vaccaro just circles and circles, and he's found our man.
Looks like he's heading down to pick up the Sunday paper, Dan Vaccaro. All he's missing is
he's called him out. He's called him out. Here he is, our Anytime Fitness Player of the Day. It's Jackson Clark.
It is. Surprise, surprise, boys. It's Jackson Clark. Jackson, what a win, mate. I thought Wodonga put up a pretty gallant effort for 3 quarters, but you blokes in the last quarter was just amazing. You must be happy with the fight.
Yeah, definitely. We wanted to respond after last week. So, yeah, obviously credit to them. They put up a fight, but, yeah, it was really good to see the boys push up in the last quarter.
The one thing I was really impressed with your midfield, I thought Federico and Harrison Hewitt got looked after a little bit today, but the way you guys helped him out when you got Melville and you guys around the footy, I thought was fantastic.
Yeah, definitely. Feder Grantini's been battling a bit with his back, so he's been gallant the last few weeks, so it's about time we all sort of chip in, and that's why we've got so many mids and so many people that can roll through. Everyone plays a role.
Awesome, mate. Go and enjoy it.
There you go, Dan Vaccaro with our Anytime Fitness Player of the Day. And this is what the players love. They love holding the sign, getting the photo on the socials. They don't cop any crap at all, Lukey Francis. He was outstanding.
That's it, Panda. I think he was a little disgusted, though, in Dan's jumper. You could tell he was just thinking, well, what's this man approaching me in? You can't be turning up with your Sunday casuals on.
No. And he's got the long, skinny jeans on.
They're not skinny.
They are. He's got the green hoodie. He looks like a man who's...
There's no hood on my jumper.
He looks like a man who's going to hit Swan Street, Chapel Street a little bit later on.
Wow. No. I don't have the funds for any of that. I'm just going to get in, be very responsible, as you know, Lukey and Panda, as I am, and just take it as it comes.
So, I don't believe a word you just said then, Dan.
No, I wouldn't either.
Well done to the Wangaratta Magpies. 21-point winners over the Wodonga Bulldogs. We'll get into the rooms and we'll get the song, and then we'll take a break in our post-game show for Harvey Norman betting on the other side of this. Around the grounds, the Yarrawonga Pigeons have come from behind. I reckon they're going to hold on over the Myrtleford Alpine Saints, 74-64. Aubrey have come from the clouds to lead Corowa by 2 points, 90-88.
What?
Corowa in front by 5 goals at one stage.
Well, how long have we got to go? Do we know?
I have no idea.
Can we get Kreza on the phone?
Yeah, I'm not sure Kreza will be available to speak if they drop that one.
Oh, dear.
Of course, haven't beaten Aubrey in 17 years. Dan, make sure you get that song, please, if you can. You're trailing behind a few of the players over there.
It's all right. We're just going to stick the microphone up.
Make sure you tell them who you're working for, Dan. They won't know.
Yeah,
they know.
Doesn't have a logo on. No. Nothing.
They know my face around here.
Oh,
yeah, that's because of Dan's list and you're unpopular.
Spot on. There's no such thing as bad publicity, Panda.
So they were outstanding today, the Maggies. 21-point win over Wodonga, and that's the best game I've seen Wodonga play this year.
It's been a great round of footy, just going by the scores. We obviously haven't seen any of the playback from the other games, Panda, but going off those scores, gee, it's been a terrific round. Round 4. So Dan's going to delve into the Maggies' rooms here as a complete blow-in and imposter.
We might not get the song. Here we go.
Victory!
21-point winners were the Wangaratta Magpies over the Wodonga Bulldogs here at the Norm Minns Oval. 13-11-89 to the Dogs, 10-8-68. Stay with us here on O&M Live, our post-game show for Harvey Norman betting on the other side of this. We'll keep you updated with some other scores in the SS&A Ovens and Murray, but the Maggies toe good over the Dogs on O&M Live. Remember, you will not miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Shawty get inspired, how about that? How about that? This time.
Welcome to Sundancer Homes. We make building your dream home exciting and stress-free. Backed by over 30 years of experience, one of many reasons why we provide a lifetime structural guarantee. Visit our information centre at Dean Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Drive 3.5. Embrace the mid.
No one celebrates life like you do. At Tobin Brothers Funerals, we're here to help you celebrate the life of your loved one, your own special way. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
There's a home, there's
With Optus Home Internet, you get more yes. Whoa. Which means less family screen time and more harmony with powerful Wi-Fi.
Woo.
Get the Ultra Wi-Fi modem at no extra cost.